riding on the trash can.
Yeah, which is fine.
I kind of wish they, before I started
Used to
doing
have a
PA,
table over there.
yeah, because
Yeah.
when I quit
Yeah.
doing it, they took the table away.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. Some extra seating.
Maybe I can talk them into it.
Or, yeah, or...
This broadcast is brought to you by these local sponsors. Pro Events. Audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shire Reinsurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Define Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County-Wide and Son. Thank you to each of our sponsors for coverage of Tecumseh sports.
The Hub Network, supporting your local schools and athletic programs.
Yeah, we dropped out this week because we lost the Bing, I guess. Okay.
Girls love this in the morning. I think, it's the, I don't know, it's gonna be, I think it'll be fairly close.
You mean instead of Tatiana? Is that what she likes? Is that what you'd rather call? Okay. stuff, man. I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm doing the PA and the live feed at the same time.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Well, that'll be alright.
Well, so far so good. I've done it
Have you?
twice now. Hey, do you remember the second official's name? No, they're here. Wayne Gaines is one of them. Huh? Did you really? They went 3? Who? No. You already took it off?
Didn't even make it to the start of the game. That's what I'm expecting tonight.
Wow.
I can't take it anymore. I think too much yelling now.
Damn it.
This broadcast is brought to you by these local sponsors. Pro Events. Audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shire Reinsurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Define Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County-Wide and Son. Thank you to each of our sponsors for coverage of Tecumseh sports.
The Hub Network, supporting your local schools and athletic programs.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tecumseh, Oklahoma, home of the Lady Savages and the Savages. As you viewing now, the Lady Savages and the Lady Chieftains from Seminole are warming up for the first game of the night. Of course, after that, the boys, the Savages and Chieftains, will get after it. And if you know anything about Tecumseh and Seminole, this is no matter what they play, it's a rivalry. It's nothing quite as heated as football, but they take it very serious. It's going to be a couple of good ball games tonight. Tecumseh Lady Savages come in at 12-4. They were ranked in the top 20 for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and they dropped out this week after a loss to being in the championship game of the Bing tournament. The Lady Chieftains are 8-3 on the year, so they haven't played quite as many games as the Lady Savages, but pretty good team. And just looking out there, they've got a lot of length out there. Of course, tonight was senior night for the Lady Savages. They had missed the senior night when it was originally planned. And so tonight they got to honor their seniors, Taylor Mansell, Tawny Billy, Bailey Crawford, and Caitlin LaFrance, which also happened to be 4 of the starters, along with sophomore Kinsley Warden. And Lady Savages have been playing really well. They had won 5 in a row before losing in the championship game at Bing Saturday night to Bing. Of course, it was at home, and so it's kind of hard to beat a team on their home floor. A good team, too. I think Bing is now ranked number 14 in Class 4A. So they're a good team, and Lady Savages have played very well all year. And looking forward to a good game tonight. Lady Savages are, I don't know if you're looking at at your screen right now, you can see Lady Savages, some of the Lady Savages have their senior night shirts on, and it's the pictures of the players. Each, I think there's four players that have a picture of the player, a senior player on there. So it's one player for each team. So that's pretty interesting. I've never seen anything quite like that, but it is for senior night. Of course, the head coach, Eldon Jernshire II, will coach the Lady Savages, assistant coach Bill Grogan and Montana Palmer. For the Lady Chieftains, head coach is Charles Kemp, and assistant is Doc Harvey. We're going to, here in just a little bit, we will take it to the public address and do the preliminaries, do the national anthem, and do the player introductions for the evening. And we'll have a couple of other announcements to make when we go to the PA. But it should be a couple of good ones tonight. The Savages have had some tough luck this year. Oh, the boys have. They're 4-10, and they've lost about 5 games by 1 possession. And that happened again last week at Hera. So they've had some tough luck. Have the Savages, as we get ready to play. Seminole boys are 7-5. That will be the later game. We are going to take it to the PA right now, and we will get the national anthem going, and we will then we will have the introductions for the players. First, we're going to go to PA and get this started. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tecumseh, home of the Savages and Lady Savages. A couple of good ones coming up tonight, as the Lady Savages will host the Lady Chieftains, and directly following that will be the Savages and the Chieftains. A couple of pretty good ball games coming for you. If you would please rise, gentlemen, remove your headgear as we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. Nope, not that one.
Not as quite as the familiar start as their typical.
Thank you very much.
And there you have the national anthem. Joe Kennedy here along with Danny Chambers tonight, and Danny will be calling the game and doing a little color commentary. I'll be filling on the microphone as well. So we're glad to have you with us. Thank you for joining us tonight. And thank you to all of our sponsors, of course, for providing the broadcast to you all. And we are excited to be here tonight and for another great game. This is a rivalry game, as Danny said, Seminole and Tecumseh. And we're excited to bring this to you. What? Hold on just a minute.
And number 23, Kaylin Cotner.
Let me look at it and see. And we'll go down to Danny Chambers for the starting lineups for the Lady Savages this evening.
And now, the starters for your Tecumseh Lady Savages. Number 2, Taylor Mansell. Number 5, Connie Billing. Number 11, Kinsley Warden. Number 22, Bailey Crawford. And number 23, Caitlin LaFrance. Head coach is Ellen Gentry II, assisted by Bill Grogan and Montana Palmer. The officials for tonight's contest, Dwayne Gaines and Derek Jordan.
And there you have the Lady Savage lineup. And we're ready to take the court now for the tip-off for tonight's matchup.
All right, folks, we're about to have a good one, I'm pretty sure, as we get ready for the Lady Savages and the Lady Chieftains. Seminole takes the tip. They have a little bit of height. There's a three-pointer on the way. It's no good. Rebounded by Seminole. Seminole in that road green uniform that most Tecumseh people hate, especially the guy sitting right next to me doing the clock. There's a shot rebounded by Bailey. Gives it to LaFrance.
I guess you don't really see a lot of solid green uniforms, Danny.
No, you
these
don't.
days.
Kinsley Warden goes in, tries to lay up. She's going to be fouled on the way. Foul on number 23. That's Caitlin Cotner.
Well, attacking the inside there, getting inside, getting close shots. That's what you want always. And drawing the foul. See if she can drop the free shots here.
First free throw is good for Warden. Of course, Warden is the leading scorer on the year for the Lady Savages. She puts up a lot of numbers. It's good. Second free throw is up and good. Lady Savages take a 2-0 lead. Just under a minute gone in the first quarter. Again, the Lady Savages are 12-4 on the year. Now we're going to have a foul called on the Lady Savages. Be on the floor. Foul's called on Taylor Mansell, number 2.
Mansell just a little bit late getting there in the lane, sliding over to help, and reached in there and picked up the foul. Ooh.
Lady Chieftains with the ball. Lady Savages playing man-to-man defense. Drive in for the Lady Chieftains, no foul, and shot's no good. Rebounded by Taylor Mansell. Gives it to Billy. Billy and Warden and LaFrance in that tournament, you might as well start calling them the triplets because they did the majority of the scoring in that. I believe one game, Warden had 20, and Billy had 19, and LaFrance had 12 in one of those tournament games. So they'll do the majority of the scoring, but don't count out Taylor Mansell. We talked about that the last home game that we carried. Taylor Manziel is kind of a defensive specialist, but she had a good night offensively last time, and she can do that. She can hit open shots. And Bailey Crawford is going to have a foul called on the Lady Chieftains, number 22. That's Kennedy Coker.
Well, 2 fouls there. And, yeah, Manziel, being a defensive specialist, we mentioned that last game, but that defense sometimes turns into a lot of offense, for the energy of it turns into a lot of offense for the Lady Savages.
There's no doubt about that. I don't know. I know there's a shot blocked. Warden went up and the shot was blocked, but I think it went out of bounds off the Lady Savages, go over to the Lady Chieftains. It's a pretty good matchup here tonight. Lady Savages staying in that man-to-man. There's a three-pointer on the way, no good. And then we're going to have a foul on the rebound, actually on the shot. So Lady Chieftains go to the line to shoot.
Manziel got hooked up just a little bit there underneath the basket when the ball came down. Didn't really hit the rim. It just kind of came off the backboard, and Manziel reached in there for it and got tangled up.
Jockaway coming in for the Lady Savages, Serenity Jockaway. She is just a freshman. Second free throw is missed. And the Lady Savages lead 2-1. Serenity Jockaway, if you know anything about the Lady Savages softball, fast pitch this past year. She was a starting pitcher for their state tournament team as a freshman. And so you can't intimidate her much, and she'll go in right there, and she's had really good nights on the floor. Kinsley Warden, the three-pointer from outside, and it's good.
Billy with a nice look across the floor, spotting that open three sitting over there, and she hit it right in stride, and boom, nice three-pointer.
One thing you don't want to do is leave Kinsley Warden open because she will knock those down.
Well, did exactly what she's supposed to on that break, filled the lane and got the open spot. Paid off.
Ball is off of Seminole, goes over to the Lady Savages. You're exactly right. That's how you want it. And the Seminole defense had sucked down in the paint and left her wide open out there on the wing. Lady Savages lead 5-1. We're close to the 5-minute mark in the first quarter. Lady Savages have been very good offensively this year. Caitlin LaFrance puts up a shot, and it is good.
Nice little 15-foot jumper there inside the arc.
She can hit them from everywhere, and she's got a lot of length too, so she can get in there and rebound, and she can get a lot of putbacks. There's a shot on the way. Seminole no good. Rebounded by the Lady Chieftains, still no good. Now a rebound taken by Tawny Billy. And Billy brings it the other way with the 4:36 mark. Bailey Crawford
charge
has the ball, but Billy was called for the charge, and that will go over to Seminole.
Billy passed that ball off. It was still in motion, just knocked her down there and got called with that one, but good look otherwise.
7-1, the Lady Savages lead, 4:23 to go. Seminole has had a little bit of a hard time. That looked like a travel to me.
Big time travel.
Now we got the scramble for it on the floor, and it stays with Seminole. I believe Seminole had the jump, but they're going to get the ball now. Tecumseh will get it next time.
Oh, another walk. That should be another walk.
Yeah, that should be a walk, and it was a slow call, but it is a travel. It's either going to be a foul or a walk, and there was no foul called, so you had to call a travel at that point. Lady Savages holding up defensively, but the Lady Chieftains are having a little bit of trouble hitting point-blank ranges, and it looks like that's mostly their game is getting inside, getting in the paint, and filling up the paint. Serenity Jockaway with three-pointer on the way. It is good off the back of the rim.
Used all the rim on that one. That was a nice shot from the top of the arc, and just let it find its way in the bucket.
And that was all rim there, and then just rolled in for the three-pointer. That foul is going to be called on Lady Savages. Kinsley Warden, we're getting in a little bit of foul trouble here early with some of our starters. Foul called on Kinsley Warden. Three-pointer on the way, and it is good for the Seminole. Anna Andrew makes the score 10-4. Lady Savages on top of the Lady Chieftains. cross-court pass to LaFrance. LaFrance gives it to Warden. Wardenley puts up a three-pointer. It's no good. Quickly the other way is Andrews. Andrews up and good on the layup.
That's about all Ward could do, just to kind of try to make her change her shot there, but wasn't enough that time.
Well, the good thing was they didn't commit a foul, because you can't, we got 4 fouls, and they're all on the Mansell has one. No, Mansell's on the bench with 2. Then Warden and Billy have 1 apiece early, and there's a turnover by Jockaway. Quickly the other way, and now we're going to have a foul called on the Lady Savages, and I believe that's going to be on Jockaway. Number
foul,
20.
Just left her feet just a little bit there, and a little hop, and then came down and committed the foul. But, yeah, not where you want Mansell at all early in the game, sitting on the bench over there. Like I said, that is your defensive intensity, sitting on the bench, and you can see how the Lady Chieftains have kind of clawed back in it with Mansell sitting over there a little less defensive pressure on them.
Yeah, they do miss something, as we're in a timeout, 30-second timeout called by the Lady Savages, because they were up 10-2, and now it's quickly 10-6. But we do lose some defensive intensity, and it's not just intensity. Taylor Mansell plays very smart on defense, but she's a senior.
She's very aware of her position on the court and where the other players are, and she uses that to her advantage as well.
You're exactly right, and the Lady Chieftains will inbound underneath their goal. 2:53 to go in the first quarter. Drive inside by number 23, Caitlin Cotner. Rebound by Kinsley Warden for the Lady Savages. What the Lady Savages can't do, this is going to be mostly, they're going to get some shots from outside. Caitlin and France, air ball is a three-pointer. Looks like Seminole is going to try to go in the paint, and they will kick it out. They've hit a three-pointer tonight, but they're going to try to, I think, use their length to get inside. Lady Savages staying in the man-to-man defense. Man-to-man with help, it looks like. Three-pointer on the way for Seminole, no good. Block out by LaFrance. Nice job on that rebound. Brings it down floor. 10-6 at the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. Billy thought about taking a long three. Pulled it down, gave it to Jockaway. Jockaway thought about it and then pulls it down. Caitlin LaFrance looks at it. Now gives it to Warden. She pulls the trigger, and it's good for 3.
Warden spots up right there in a spot. She's set. That's a set shot almost for Ward. Just drained it.
Yeah, you can't just give her that much space, and she's going to hit most of those. Lady Chieftains, 1:32 mark. They trail 13-6. Lady Savages having a good. There's a drive in, and they're going to have a foul called and a shot. Boy, I tell you what, that she was out of control.
Yeah,
it looked like she was just barreling in there. That foul is called on Jockaway.
Seen that a couple of times when they attacked the lane and kind of had happy feet. A couple times of walking calls, but that time just out of control and was lucky enough to get the foul going to the bucket.
She just got bailed out there. She ran in the middle of 3 people. She hits the first free throw, but didn't like that call. That was the bailout. She hits both free throws, makes the score 13-8. Lady Savages up by 5, 1:24 to go. You know, the key to this game for the Lady Savages, they just got to keep scoring. They got 6 personal fouls now in the first quarter, and there's a cross-court pass that's going to be stolen by by Andrews from Seminole, and then she loses out of bounds, and it'll go back to Tecumseh, inbounding in front of their bench, 13-8. Lady Savages on top. Clock running at 1:04 to go in the first quarter. There's another. Those are just lazy passes. Just lazy passes now for the Lady Savages. You can't get away with those.
Telegraph passes across court that far, they're going to jump on them. And then if you can get through this first quarter with Mansell sitting on the bench, hopefully she can get back in there and kind of turn the tide here a little bit.
Yeah, it may be a while before they bring her back in. You don't want her to pick up her third one, really quickly. Of course, you got 2 other players. Jockaway's out there with 2 now. And, of course, she's a freshman. She's not a starter, but they'll leave her in there for quite a while. Billy looks at the bucket, Now she loses it on the drive. Quickly the other way is Seminole. Layup is no good. Bailey Crawford with the rebound. Jockaway has to pay attention, and we're going to have a foul called, I believe, as Seminole went for the steal. It's on number 22, Kennedy Coker.
And the Lady Savage is trying to turn up the tempo here, I think, just a little bit, but a little bit out of control and just not quite finding their players on the mark on their passing and their, when they're cutting to the basket and that sort of thing. So they're going to have to get that back together here.
Under 20 seconds, we'll see if the Lady Savage is trying to hold it for one. It looks like that's what they're going to do is LaFrance has it out top, and she has usually played the point for most of the time. She's kicked the things off, each play off. Now they're getting down to 5 seconds. Jockaway, a three-pointer on the way, and it's no good. Air ball, and it's going to go off the Lady Savages with under a second to go, leading 13-8. Seminole's not going to be able to get almost got that off. So we got in the first quarter of play with the Savages leading 13-8, and we'll just keep it here. These timeouts go through pretty quickly, and 13-8. We thought it would be a good ball game, and sure enough, it is turned out to be a good one. The Lady Savages are kind of lucky that Seminole hasn't shot better here tonight, because it's 13-8. You only got a 5-point lead, but the Lady Savages are also in a little bit of foul problems. They have 16 fouls. And Seminole only has 3. Of course, one of the Seminole starters, number 22, Kennedy Coker, has 2 of those, and so she went to the bench late in that first quarter. And we'll see what effect that has on Seminole.
Yeah, a little bit of a sloppy quarter there regarding fouling and getting in foul trouble by the Lady Savages, and they're really fortunate to be up 13-8. And Seminole's kind of scratched their way back here, putting a few points on the board to keep it close, but Lady Savages need to kind of reorganize here in the second quarter.
Lady Savages will get the ball to start the second quarter, leading 13-8. You're right. I think that was a little bit sloppy there, and got really sloppy late with several turnovers late in that first quarter. Seminoles just staying in the zone because they're going to try to keep the Lady Savages from getting those wide open threes. Oh. There's another lazy pass. It goes off of Warden and out of bounds and goes over to the Lady Chieftains. The Lady Chieftains we've talked about this earlier, that they have a lot of length. And when I talk about length, I'm usually talking about their arms. Mm-hmm. And so they're getting a lot of hands on a lot of those passes. It just simply lazy passes. There's a drive to the bucket, and out of bounds goes the ball as number 14, Reese Street, just lost it out of bounds on her way to the bucket. She did have 2 Lady Savages closing on her, and I think she saw them coming and took her eye off the goal.
Well, the remedy for that is a fake and a cut to the basket back door, and that'll quit getting that player on the corner to cheat out and interrupt those passes a little bit, make them think about it at least. But
Lady Savages have the ball. The ball is the Ladies Chieftains defense have extended out beyond the circle. Warden drives in, pops it out to Billy. Billy puts up a three-pointer, and it is good.
That's just a dangerous thing right there when you see Johnny Billy out there all by herself, top of the arc. She's got time to look at that and nail that three-pointer.
Well, that's a classic zone buster. Just drive in and then pop it out and let the wide-open player hit their shot. Of course, that's the important thing, is you got to hit that shot when you're wide open. But Tawny Billy has been known to hit a bunch of those from beyond the arc, too. 16-8 now, and there's another drive. By that time, no foul called, and I think number 2, Holly Ladd, was expecting that, but it wasn't called that time. It goes out of bounds off of Seminole. So now Lady Chieftains have pulled up a press on the Lady Savages. Kind of a little bit of surprise. There's a long pass to Jockaway. Lucky to get it to her. Jockaway drives in, gets the shot blocked, and now we have a steal by Kinsley Warden. Kinsley Warden almost gives it away. And now the Lady Savages are having to pull it back and reset. The Lady Chieftains are just dogging the Lady Savages on defense. Now we have a foul called on Seminole. That foul is going to be called on number 14.
It puts Billy at the line. She got a little running jumper there. Got the foul called, so she gets to go to the line and shoot here, but should be shooting 2, I think.
She will be shooting 2. First one is up, and it is good. Second free throw for Billy. Billy's always been a very, very good free throw shooter, and it continues. Billy hits both of them, makes the score 18-8. 10-point lead suddenly by the Lady Savages. We're about to have another substitute for Tecumseh, and I believe that's going to be Sammy Schweigert. She's another freshman that's going to come in. There's a 2-point bucket by Andrews. Andrews hit that mid-range jumper, and she's played really hard tonight. She's been, especially on defense, she's stolen a couple of passes. Jockaway with a 3-pointer on the way, and it is good.
Jockaway hits that 3-pointer. That makes them challenge that, and makes that when you have several players hitting those 3-pointers, they're going to have to come out there, open up the middle a little bit.
21-10 now, an 11-point lead, and there's a steal by Caitlin LaFrance. It was mishandled by Street. LaFrance gets it down, gets it out, and another sloppy pass, turns it over. Lady Savages, if they've done one thing wrong, there was looked like it could have been a travel, but it goes out of bounds off the Chieftains and into the ballgame for the Lady Savages, Sammy Schweigert.
That looked like a game of beach ball down there towards the end of that shot in the lane. Just kind of tapping that ball until it finally went out of bounds.
5-minute mark of the second quarter. Lady Savages lead by 11. Seminole staying in that zone, but, man, they've made good use of that zone as they come out and help, and they get their hands on a lot of passes. And there's another pass saved by LaFrance. Lady Savages just having a little trouble with those passes. 2 freshmen in there now for the Lady Savages.
Nice
There's
cut.
a pass to Warden. It's blocked. It was a nice pass by Billy, but Warden had it blocked by a Lady Chieftain inside. 2-point bucket is good for Holly Ladd. Ladd for 2. Holly Ladd makes it 21-12, a 9-point lead now for the Lady Savages, despite having several turnovers in the last part of the first quarter and early here in the second quarter. Turnovers have been a problem, but Lady Savages have been able to hit the jumpers. Jockaway drives in. She loses the ball. LaFrance gets it to Schweigert. It's just a little bit sloppy with the ball handling for the Lady Savages.
Just a little
Warden drives in, gives it to, see, there's another tip pass. It's like Seminole knows exactly where they're going with the ball.
Yeah, and they're really attacking the outside of the perimeter and jumping those lanes there as those passing lanes. And it's given the Lady Savages a little bit of trouble, but their shooting percentage from the field has made up for the fact that they've had so many turnovers. They've been able to keep points on the board and keep the lead.
Anira Sewell and Kennedy Coker in the ballgame. There's a nice rebound by Serenity Jockaway, and going up and being fouled is Sammy Schweigert. And that's going to be on Kennedy Coker, who just came back in there, I believe.
A nice block out, a nice rebound that led to a good play for the Lady Savages. Got them underneath and get back to the charity stripe here.
First free throw is no good. Checking into the ball game is Adriana O'Daniel. His Coker just went in there and got that foul. Into the ball game for the Lady Chieftains, Adriana O'Daniel.
There's one. Excuse me.
Second free throw is good by Schweigert. Makes the score 22-12. 10-point lead now.
Oh.
And LaFrance goes down. She almost had a steal, but it was even too high for her. I think, every time she goes down, 2 years ago, she suffered a season-ending knee injury, and every time she goes down, I think of that. She doesn't even wear a brace anymore, but she had a knee injured, and she lost her sophomore season. Lady Savage has gone to a little bit of outside motion on offense. Trying to look inside. 3:12 to go. Taking their time.
The defense.
France up top.
The defense settling back in a little bit, not challenging the outside quite as much now. But
Serenity Jockaway, long three on the way, no good. Tawny Billy with the rebound, drives in, gives it to Schweigert. Schweigert loses it out of bounds. Then it goes off Seminole. So Seminole knocks it out of bounds. And checking back in the ballgame for Seminole is number 2, Holly Ladd. Back in the ballgame for Seminole, number 2.
Lady Savages getting a chance to kind of run their offense here a little bit, get some unchallenged passes around the perimeter.
There's a pass inside to Warden, and she gets it blocked, and then it goes off her hand out of bounds, so it will go over to Seminole. 2:46 and counting. We can tell there's a three-pointer on the way from the left wing, and it is good by Andrews. Score now cut to 6 points, 22-16 on that three-pointer by Andrews from Seminole. Seminole is playing, they're still staying in that zone, but it's kind of a matchup zone, and they're extending out to the shooters when they get the ball, when the shooters get the ball.
They were laying back, and now they're challenging a little bit more, but it is an interesting set on that defense.
Well, they've gotten a couple inside shots, and now we're going to have a foul called on Seminole. Could have gone either way on that. I believe that's going to be on number 2, Holly Ladd.
Yeah, Lady Savage is fortunate there. She left her feet on that pass, but came down and was able to get the reach-in foul there. Kind of saved that pass.
We now have 6 fouls on each team, and Lady Savages haven't fouled in the second quarter. As unbelievable as that is, they haven't fouled, and the Seminole has caught up. So both teams will be, either team will be in the bonus after on that next foul. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Fight for it on the floor. And we're going to have a jump ball, and that will go over to Seminole with 1:41 left to go in the second quarter. Haven't seen whether they're going to, well, I do see a Tecumseh cheer coach, and I haven't heard if they're going to do a cheerleader's going to do something. There's a shot blocked by Sammy Schweigert, given to Billy.
Well,
LaFrance out top, and now we're going to have a travel on the Lady Savages.
Well, LaFrance wide open there at the top of the key. I thought maybe she might pull the trigger on that one. But.
Well, and she will. She doesn't do it a lot, but she can do it. She does hit it most of the time. 119, 22-15, a 7-point lead for the Lady Savages. Still, almost a steal by Tawny Billy up top. Number 2, Ladd, she puts it up for the three, and it is good. Three-pointer for Ladd. Makes the score 22-17. Oops. 22-17 now. And there's a pass out of bounds, another turnover. Billy was expecting Warden to cut to the bucket, and the ball goes out of bounds. 5-point lead now for the, I think it's 22-18. Now the three-pointer a while ago. 22-18, so it's a 4-point lead for the Lady Savages. 40 seconds to go. Almost a steal by Billy, and now we have a travel by Seminole. Seminole travels 22-18. Lady Savages have led by as much as 10. Lead down to 4 now with 32 seconds to go in the first half. There's another errant pass. Sammy Schweigert puts it up, and it's off no good. She kind of rushed that shot after the fumble. There's a shot, layup, no good by Seminole. Quickly the other way is LaFrance. LaFrance drives in. Has a little trouble with it, is he?
Gosh.
Boy, we're just having some sloppy play.
That's kind of
we're going to have a foul with 1 second to go.
It's really just kind of out of control play on both ends of the court, and neither team really controlling the ball extremely effectively.
First free throw is up and good. Makes the score 22-19. Seminole has stayed in this game, and now they're climbing right back in it as they've kind of shut down the Lady Savages offense, and their second free throw is good, 22-20 with just 1 second. That's going to be the end of the first half of play, 22-20. The Lady Savages and the lead the Lady Chieftains. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will talk about the first half, try to get you some stats for the first half. This is the Hub Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by these local sponsors. Pro Events. Audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shirey Insurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Define Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County Wide and Son. Thank you to each of our sponsors for coverage of Tecumseh sports.
The Hub Network, supporting your local schools and athletic programs.
These local sponsors. Pro Events. Audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shirey Insurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Fine Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County Wide and Son. Thank you to each of our sponsors for coverage of Tecumseh sports.
The Hub Network, supporting your local schools and athletic programs.
This broadcast is brought to you by these local sponsors. Pro Events. Audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shirey Insurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Define Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County Wide and Son. Thank you to each of our sponsors for coverage of Tecumseh sports.
The Hub Network, supporting your local schools and athletic programs.
This broadcast is brought to you by these local sponsors. Pro Events. Audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shirey Insurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Define Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County Wide and Son. Thank you to each of our sponsors for coverage of Tecumseh sports.
The Hub Network, supporting your local schools and athletic programs.
Welcome back to Tecumseh and the Hub Network coverage of the Tecumseh Lady Savages and the Seminole Lady Chieftains. And, of course, after this game will be the Savages and Chieftains. The Lady Savages hold a 2-point lead, 22-20, at halftime after holding as much as a 10-point lead in the second quarter. Lady Savages have had 5 Lady Savages score, and the Lady Chieftains have had 3 score. The 3 scoring for Seminole: Andrews with 10, Ladd with 8, and Anira Sewell with 2. Of course, these are always unofficial tallies, unofficial totals for the half. And also for the Lady Savages, Kinsley Warden has 8 points. She's the leading scorer for the Lady Savages. Serenity Jockaway has come in and hit 2 3-pointers, has 6 points. Tawny Billy has 5 points. Caitlin LaFrance has 2 points, and Sammy Schweigert has 1 on a free throw.
I'll tell you, noticeably absent from that list right there is Manziel, who was sitting on the bench with a couple of fouls the first half of this game, and I think that's shown up a little bit here as we've gone down the stretch with the Lady Savages and letting Seminole kind of creep back in this game a little bit.
Well, there's no doubt that she's missed, and of course she stayed on the bench from pretty early in the first quarter and all the way through the first half, so I'm assuming she'll start the second half with 2 fouls. But she's key on defense, but she picked some spots on offense to be key spots because she can shoot the open shots. She's not known for offense, but she can very well hit those 3-pointers. She has an unorthodox shot, no matter where she shoots it from, but she can pick her spots, and they usually end up to be key points. Lady Savages leading 22-20. And we said earlier that it would be a good one, a couple of good ones tonight, and I believe it's going to be that way all the way through this game and the boys' game. Anytime Tecumseh and Seminole get together, it's going to be exciting. We felt a little bit robbed this year because Seminole didn't come and play us in football, and that was going to be a game that everybody's looking forward to. Savages were able to find a game to replace them, but there's nothing like Tecumseh and Seminole when it comes to football game around these parts. So we felt a little robbed, so at least we're getting some basketball, Tecumseh and Seminole basketball. I think we'll take another quick break. I'll get a drink of water, and then when we come back, we'll have second half action. This is the Hub Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by these local sponsors. Pro Events, audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shire Reinsurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Define Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County Wide and Son. Thank you to each of our sponsors for coverage of Tecumseh sports.
The Hub Network, supporting your local schools and athletic programs.
Well, welcome back here to the Hub Network and coverage of the Lady Savage, Lady Chieftain game tonight. And Lady Savages hold on to a 2-point lead, and really we're up by 10 about midway through the second quarter, and Chieftains just hang on and keep eking back in it just a little bit and allowing them to score some points and kind of tighten the score up a little bit. Foul trouble probably is the biggest issue for the Lady Savages in this first half, I would say. Wouldn't you say, Danny? Oh, well, and you can't talk because I've got you shut off.
I'll
I've got
try
you
to talk.
muted. I've got you muted. That was the quietest I've ever heard you.
You
Daddy.
found a way to shut me up.
Hey, that's pretty effective. I can tell you that.
Lady Savages will have the ball to start the second half as the arrow is pointing their way. They lead 22-20. It was a good first half, a little sloppy but exciting, and this second half is going to be the same way. Lady Savages with the ball. They tried to get a kind of a lob into Kinsley Warden, but every time they've done that, somebody's gotten their hands on it. There's a missed layup by the Chieftains, and they get the rebound. Going in and getting fouled is Holly Ladd, and that's going to be another foul that's going to be the third one on Manziel, I think. Nope, that's on Tawny Billy. That may be the second one on her, I think.
Yeah, Manziel was across the lane there a little bit, stayed out of that fray on that one. Thank goodness, because that would have threatened to sit her down again in the third quarter, and we need her out there.
Misses the first free throw. Second one on the way, and it rolls in and out, no good. Bailey Crawford, nice rebound, and handling the ball along the baseline gets it to the Lady Savages. I believe that play, they were going to lob it to Warden down low. I think that was going to be a called play out of the half, and their passes have just not been crisp tonight. There's a bounce pass, and Warden gets it to Billy. Billy had it open. Now Warden put in, ball goes out of bounds. That will go over to Seminole. That could have gone either way that time, but goes to Seminole.
Just a little out of sync sometimes on that passing. The offense doesn't quite seem to click tonight as well. Just struggling a little bit.
Well, I think you have to give Seminole quite a bit of credit for that. They get their hands in there on the ball quite a bit. There's a three-pointer on the way, and it is no good. Manziel gets the rebound. That's another thing that she does well for the Lady Savages. She'll get those rebounds, but, there's another errant pass, and there was a block. Could have been a foul, and Mansell goes up and gets the rebound again, and it's going to be a tie ball, goes over to Seminole.
Well, you're right. They were missing that in the first half. Mansell pulling down that rebound, a tough rebound there to get the ball back. And again, making that block and fighting for the ball in there. Missed that energy on defense without Mansell.
There's a block by Bailey Crawford. Nice job there. Coming down with it again is Mansell and gets it out to LaFrance. 22-20. Nobody has scored in this second half. Three-pointer on the way by Tawny Billy, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds. Boy, I thought that one went off of a Seminole player, but it's going to be given to the Lady Chieftains. Nobody wants to score. Nobody wants to score. And there's going to be a foul called on LaFrance. I believe that's her first one. But Lady Savage is getting to a little bit of foul trouble here early. Foul called on Lady Savages, Caitlin LaFrance. At the line for the Lady Chieftains is number 22, Kennedy Coker. At the line for Seminole, Coker.
Well, the third quarter is notorious for one of those, one team can come out of the halftime a little hotter and get on a little bit of a streak and kind of pull away, but nothing from either team this quarter.
So far, ice cold by both of them. That's fourth free throws in a row missed. There's a rebound by Seminole, and going up and getting fouled is Holly Ladd. And that foul is going to be on Bailey Crawford. And at the line is Ladd, and she does hit this free throw. At the line for Seminole, number 2, Ladd. They've had 5 free throws so far early in this, 6 now, and they've hit 2 of 6. That's the tie ball game now, 22-22. Seminole has come back all the way from a 10-point deficit in the second quarter, and they have now tied it at 22. Still in that zone. There's a three-pointer on the way by Warden, and Warden, he doesn't get it, but rebound chased down by LaFrance. Picks up her dribble. There's another hand on the ball by Lady Chieftains. Lady Savage is going to have to make crisper passes. There's a pass in the corner to LaFrance. And another pass stolen. Lady Chief, I don't know what the turnover rate is. We'll ask somebody here in a minute if they have that. There's three-pointer on the way, no good. Bailey Crawford gets the rebound, gets it to Tawny Billy.
Well, you can hear the Seminole coach. They're trying to anticipate those passes and cut off the lanes.
And there's another turnover by the Lady Savages, blocked by Tawny Billy, I believe, from behind, but it goes out of bounds. And we'll stay with the Lady Chieftains. We're going to have a timeout taken by the Lady Savages. It's a 30-second timeout.
Only 2 points scored so far in this third quarter. Everybody's gone cold, and it's just kind of been a little bit of a free-for-all out there with passes and fouls and that sort of thing. So nobody really on track in this third quarter yet.
Well, it's been sloppy by both sides, but it just seems like the Lady Savages cannot figure out. The passing is going to be, the Seminoles going to get their hands in the passing lanes all night long, and they just can't seem to get past that. Well, you got to make adjustments for those hands in the passing lane.
Absolutely, and fake and a cut and burning a couple of them on jumping those passing lanes will slow that down a little bit. But you got to do something to change the trajectory here of what's happening.
Seminole inbounds underneath their bucket. 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Warden guarding, but getting to the bucket is number 22, Kennedy Coker, for two. 2-point bucket. Now Seminole has the lead over the Lady Savages. There's a pass inside. Kinsley Warden just puts that one up short. I think she was in a hurry because she was afraid it's going to be blocked. She's had several blocked inside, and I think she hurried that one. Ball goes out of bounds off of Seminole.
Now she felt that defender right on her hip there. And
there's the pass inside to Bailey Crawford. Bailey Crawford gets her own rebound, gets another rebound, and now we're going to have a foul called. Crawford had 3 shots at it. And we're going to have a foul called on Seminoles, number 22. That's Kennedy Coker, and I believe that's going to be her 4th.
Well, it's a cold evening on shooting when you can't get the 2-footer jump shots to drop.
That's going to be 4 fouls on Kennedy Coker from Seminole. So she is first one in real foul trouble. As the Lady Savages try to get back even, there's a 3-pointer on the way by LaFrance, and it misses everything. And quickly the other way is Seminole. 3-pointer on the way by Seminole. It's in and out, no good. Bailey Crawford, who's had a big night so far on the boards, gets the rebound and gives it to LaFrance. The Lady Chieftains trying to get Kennedy Coker out of there because she has 4 fouls, and boy, she almost committed her 5th one. 3-pointer on the way by Warden, no good. Bailey Crawford with another rebound, and she's going to be fouled.
She's taking a page out of Manziel's book tonight, just getting all over the place. Good position on rebounds and being aggressive, fighting for the ball. Doing a great job down there underneath.
Manziel will key it in from underneath the bucket. They do get Coker out with that 4th foul. 3:56 to go in the third quarter. Out to LaFrance. LaFrance gets it to Warden. Seminoles staying in that zone defense, but they're going to come out and guard the shooters. There's Manziel at the top.
It's been pretty effective for him, challenging those passing lanes.
Well, it has, and Tecumseh's gone cold, and we got a double dribble called on the Lady Savages. Didn't see that. It may have kicked off her knee, but I didn't see why that was called. So the Savages with another turnover, Lady Savages with another turnover, and going in quickly. And a foul, and I believe that's going to be called. That is going to be called on Warden.
Well, again, not a great drive to the basket, a little bit out of control, and she just got fortunate that they picked up the foul there, which is another kind of a bailout foul, I think.
Ladd misses the first one. It's a good thing for the Lady Savages that the Seminole hasn't been able to hit most of their free throws as Warden comes to the bench with her 3rd foul into the ball game for the Lady Savages, Serenity Jockaway. That free throw is good.
Well, that's the 3rd point of the quarter.
Jockaway enters in place of Warden, and that's, I tell you, you can't leave her sitting on the bench too long. because she's just too important on the offensive side. Of course, she's a good defensive player. That's not the ball. Another ball tipped by the Lady Chieftains. Inside to Billy, outside to Manziel, then back out inside to Billy. Billy to Jockaway, a three-pointer wide open. It's no good. Billy gets the rebound. Gets it to Jockaway again. LaFrance gets it. She drives in, puts up a shot, and no good, but she is going to be fouled and will go to the line to shoot two. That is going to be on number 23, Kaylin Kottner.
Good decision there by LaFrance. Driving down the lane, picking up the foul.
First free throw is up, and it is in and out. Wow. No good. That went about halfway down, rolled around, and then came out. Second free throw on the way. Lady Savages trail by 3 now, and it's good.
Well, finally, Lady Savages get on the board in the third quarter.
3:27 to go in the first point of the third quarter for the Lady Savages. They've just gone stone cold. Had a lot of turnovers and just can't quite get anything to fall. There's another rebound for Bailey Crawford. Bailey Crawford is building up her rebound stats.
A good position there, blocking out.
There's inside to Manziel, back out to Billy. Billy puts a three-pointer up, and it is in and out, no good. Seminole gets the rebound. Manziel take a swipe at her, and she needs to not pick up another cheap one right there. Of course, we get to the fourth quarter and need to keep it close. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Seminole. It's going to be a full timeout with 2:41 to go in the third quarter. We're going to take it with them. 25-23, Seminole leads Tecumseh. This is the Hub Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by these local sponsors. Pro Events. Audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shire Insurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Define Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County-Wide and Sun.
Welcome back to Tecumseh. Out of the timeout taken by Seminole. Seminole leads by 2, 25-23. There's a three-pointer on the way for Seminole. Jockaway comes down with it. She's going to be fouled by number 14, Reese Street. Lady Savages have the ball, trailing by 2, which they are kind of fortunate to just be trailing by 2 because they've scored 1 point here in the third quarter. And there's a charge called on Tawny Billy, and the ball.
Got her with a push on that forearm that time.
And that's her third foul. So the Savages really haven't, I haven't really seen them with this much foul trouble this year, but they're really having some foul problems now, down by 2. And we got Schweigert set to check in for the Lady Savages to take the place of Tawny Billy for probably at least the rest of this quarter. And that's going to be a charge taken by LaFrance that time against Seminoles, number 2, Holly Ladd.
Now LaFrance saw it coming, just held her position. She was out in front of the rim enough and drew the charge.
So the ball goes over to the Lady Savages. And I can't tell you I can't remember seeing this sloppy a quarter in a long time, especially by these Lady Savages. It's been Seminole with 3 points. Seminole with 5 points and Tecumseh with 1. Almost another steal. Jockaway almost lots up a three-pointer. She says if nobody else can hit it, maybe I can, and she doesn't. Back quickly the other way, and then we're going to have all the way to the bucket is number 10, Andrews. She was outnumbered. She tried to put it up anyway. going in and putting up a shot is LaFrance. Thought she got fouled, but no foul called. They're letting them play tonight. There's no doubt about that. 25-23, there's another three-pointer, no good. And a rebound by Caitlin LaFrance, and that's going to be another foul on Reese Street for Seminole.
Well, a lot of trips down the court with no results. I mean, both teams just colder than the temperature outside, I think, Danny.
Well, 1 point for the Lady Savages. And, honestly, we had some teams. There's Schweigert with a three-pointer on the way, no good. And it seems like Tecumseh is just settling for three-point shots. There's a block by Crawford, but it goes off of her hand. Crawford is playing a heck of a game tonight. Lots of blocks and several rebounds.
Yeah, a lot of hustle play by Crawford. She's all over the place and in the right position most of the time tonight.
Seminole will inbound underneath their bucket. Ball that's going to be out of bounds as the player hadn't established inbounds before she touched it. So the ball will go over to the Lady Savages. Under 1 minute now. Score is 5-1 in this third quarter in favor of Seminole. They've taken a lead 25-23, but Lady Savages have only scored 1 point, almost thrown away again by the Lady Savages. Of course, we've got starters Kinsley Warden and Tawny Billy, the two leading scorers on the Lady Savages, on the bench with foul trouble. And there's another turnover. Of course, we've got two freshmen out there that are playing. And Taylor Manziel, guess who?
You can see that coming all the way down the court.
I didn't hear one Seminole player on the bench call Wolf either. There's a pass to Manziel, to Jockaway, gets it to Schweigert. Schweigert thought she was going to put that up, and we turn it over again. 25-23, Seminole's got a shot one last shot, three-pointer on the way, and it is no good. Wow. Schweigert gets the rebound, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter of play. Checking into the ballgame for Seminole will be number 3, Trinity McFadden. But that is, we'll just keep it here and talk about this because I think I may need some counseling.
I'll tell you.
I'm not kidding you. 1 point by the Lady Savages in the third quarter. And we used to have, a few years ago, we had some Lady Savage teams that really struggled to score. I mean, sometimes they'd score 20 points in a game, maybe get to 30.
Oh, was that back in the old six on six days?
No, that's more recent than that.
Wow.
That's why our 6-on-6 girls always scored more than that. But, 1 point in a quarter for the Lady Savages. But the good news is Seminole only scored 5 points in that quarter to have a 2-point lead. I'm telling you, I haven't seen anything like that. Of course, when the Lady Savages go cold from beyond the arc, you got a little problem there, especially against a team like Seminole.
I guess if you're going to have a bad quarter like that, it's a good thing if the other team has one just as ugly as you did. So
that's the only way that's acceptable. And the Lady Savages will start the fourth quarter with the ball. As we begin fourth quarter play, it's Lady Savage ball. The Lady Savages just trailing by 2 after 1 point in the third quarter. 25-23. I got to tell you, I expected a little bit higher scoring game from these two teams. Tawny Billy and Warden back in there now, both with 3 fouls. LaFrance drives into the paint, puts it up, and it's good.
She just doubled the score from the third quarter.
Well, and that's what she's really good at. She drive into the paint, get those mid-range jumpers. She's really, really good at that because she's got enough length to get it over those arms down low. And that ties the ball game at 25-25. There's a kick by LaFrance.
Well, the offensive movement that time by the Lady Savages was much better. They had movement. They got penetration down the lane, an easy shot. And hopefully that snaps the cold streak.
Well, and it does help. I mean, Serenity Jockway's still in there because Manziel is sitting with those 3 fouls. And I think they're going to try to save her a little bit. But they got Billy and Warden back in there. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Warden comes up with the rebound. And she's going to bring it down the floor. We're tied 25-25 here in the fourth quarter, 7:13 just underway. There's a 3-pointer on the way by Billy.
Oh.
And it is good.
Wow. It's a real scoring bonanza this quarter.
And just like that, the Lady Savages have the lead by 3, 28-25. You're exactly right. Lady Savages, there's a turnover as Ladd loses it on the way. Billy almost walked in with it, gave it to LaFrance, out to Jockaway. Warden puts up a three-pointer. It's on the way, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Seminole. Three-pointer on the way, off the heel of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Seminole. Driving in, putting up a shot, blocked. Ball on the floor, and I believe we're gonna have a timeout taken by Seminole. Timeout taken by Seminole. 30-second timeout by the Lady Chieftains.
Well, a definite change in pace for the Lady Savages in this fourth quarter. Stepped it up quite a bit, and they've changed the attitude on the court, and they started pushing and hit some shots, more importantly.
Well, the biggest thing in the world is you get a shot or two to go in. And then you remember, that's what it's supposed to do. And that helps a lot. So the Savages lead 28-25. But, sometimes that bucket just has a lid on it, and it's hard to find it. But it was for both teams. I don't think the Lady Savages ever got to the free throw line in the third quarter. And Seminole was there several times. I think they only ended up with a couple of free throws. Seminole will inbound underneath their bucket. Lady Savages, good defense, but there's a wide-open three-pointer, and it is good. That ties the game. Number 10, Andrews. Number 10, Andrews puts up a three. That ties the game, 28-28. Jockaway with three-pointer. That's going to be way short. Coming up with the rebound is Warden. Warden throws it back out, gets it to LaFrance. Warden's going to put it up again, and it's good.
Well, good ball movement and recovery there. LaFrance spotted up and took that shot, drained it.
Well, there's no way that Warden is going to lack for any confidence, and the ball's going to Lady Savages. And that is a foul called on number 20 for the Lady Savages. That's Jockaway. Ladd makes the first free throw. Second one on its way, and it's good. 31-30, a 1-point lead now for the Lady Savages. I guess I'm going to start calling myself Nostradamus. I said this would be a good game. I didn't know it would be quite this exciting. Of course, I didn't mention the sloppiness either when I was making my prediction.
You just need to write your quatrains a little more vaguely. I think you'll be okay.
That's probably right. That's probably what it is. Going in, putting up a shot, and getting fouled. And that's going to be called on number 23, Cotner, for Seminole. And going the line will be Caitlin LaFrance. First free throw is good, 32-30. Caitlin Taylor Manziel coming in, and Jockaway going to the bench. LaFrance has one more, and it is up and good. Also, getting to the line and making some free throws will help your confidence shooting the ball, too. You got to see the ball go in, and we've got a pretty good free throw shooting team. There's looked like a block by Bailey Crawford, but she's going to be called for a foul. And going the line will be Andrew.
Pretty good position that time, but her arm just came down across the other player and got her a little bit.
Well, she's had good success blocking some shots tonight, and that's the first one I think that she's been called for a foul on. That's her second personal foul, so she's in good shape as we're in the 5:15 mark, fourth quarter. Second free throw is good for Seminole. Score now 33-31. Into the paint, puts up a shot is LaFrance, no good. Rebound by the Lady Chieftains, trailing by 2. Three-pointer on the way for Seminole, and it is good. That's Kennedy Coker. She's the one with 4 fouls. That puts Seminole up ahead, 34-33. Manziel gives it to LaFrance, and there's another turnover. Well, it turns into, well, they're calling that Seminole's ball, but that was definitely off a Seminole player. That was definitely off Seminole player. Checking in the ball game for Seminole, number 14, Street. Into the ball game for Seminole, number 14, Street. Kennedy Coker has 4 fouls, but you can see the damage she can do from the outside with that last three-pointer. Puts the Lady Chieftains up by 1. She puts up another one from the right wing. It's no good. And coming down with the rebound is Kinsley Warden. Tawny Billy bringing it down. Lady Savages trail by 1. Gives it to Manziel. Over on the wing to Warden. Now to Billy. Up top to LaFrance. LaFrance going to drive in. Puts up another shot. And it is good. Layup good by LaFrance.
Nice looking drive there by LaFrance. Just laying it right off the glass. Good finish.
Puts the Lady Savages up by 1. 35-34. Back and forth game here in this fourth quarter. There's a shot on the way, and then there's going to be a foul called on Tawny Billy, I believe. We'll see who that. No, it's called on Bailey Crawford. A little bit of luck for the Lady Savages. Foul call on Bailey Crawford for the Lady Savages. At the line to shoot, Andrews for Seminole. Andrews puts the first one up. It's in and out, no good. Lady Savages hold on to that 1-point lead. One more free throw to come. Lady Savages have 8 fouls, and the second free throw is good. So the game is now tied again, 35-35 on that free throw. The Lady Savages need to completely cut out the turnovers. And, you know, if they there's another one, and I think that went off of Seminole, but they're saying it went off of Bailey Crawford, so it goes over to – no. They did call it right. It did go off a Seminole player. Thought they pointed the other way, but it didn't. So Lady Savages will inbound underneath their bucket.
Boy, they're just the Chieftains, Lady Chieftains are just jumping those passing lanes every time.
Well, they're jumping that, and they're staying with they're keeping an eye on Warden especially because she can pick and shoot with the best of them. She doesn't have to be a set shot. Now, she can shoot those set shots, wide open shots, but she can just catch and shoot as good as anybody. So they're going to stay with her. There's a shot,
nice
pass inside by Billy to Warden, and it's good.
Nice look from Tawny Billy, breaking down the lane there on Warden and just laid it right in.
Assist to Billy makes it 37-35. Lady Savages. It's getting real exciting in here. If you're just joining us, it's been exciting all night, but this is a little bit of better brand of basketball in the fourth quarter. And Seminole's going to take another timeout, and it's going to be another full timeout. So I can catch my breath. We will take it with them. 37-35, Lady Savages lead. This is the Hub Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by these local sponsors. Pro Events. Audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shire Reinsurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Define Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County-Wide and Son.
And we're back to Tecumseh out of the timeout, 37-35. Almost a turnover by the Lady Chieftains. Lady Savages lead by 2. 2:45 to go in the ball game. There's a ball tipped by the Lady Savages. I guess we haven't probably given the Lady Savages enough credit with their defense. They've gotten their hands on a lot of basketballs tonight. Coker drives in, and she loses it. I think that was Taylor Manziel that reached in there and stripped it. Lady Savages have 2 points, and there's another ball batted by the Lady Chieftains, another Seminole, and there's Coker again, three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound by Seminole, 37-35. There's another three-pointer on the way, it's no good, and Taylor Manziel brings down the rebound. We're at the 2-minute mark in the fourth quarter of play. We'll see if the Lady Savages slow it down a little bit. That was a pretty frantic play so far. Billy on the right wing gets it inside to Warden, puts it up and in.
Nice job on Warden to keep her concentration, keep her feet, get that ball laid up, left-hand layup.
There's not a lot of players, boys or girls, that can do that, what she did, left-handed layup, and she's getting bumped and jostled the whole way in, and she still puts it in. Coker drives in, she puts it up, and she's going to be fouled, and that foul is going to be on the Lady Savages, Caitlin LaFrance. That should be her second one.
LaFrance just got across the lane there a little bit late and to challenge and bumped her, pushed her.
Coker at the line for Seminole. First free throw's up, and it is good. 39-36, now a three-point lead for the Lady Savages. Lady Savages, it's going to be real important whether this free throw is made or not. Of course, they need to get the rebound if it's missed, but Lady Savages need a good possession. That free throw is good. Seminole's going to take another timeout as they trail by 2, 39-37. We'll keep it here. Timeout taken by Seminole. It's a 30-second timeout.
Well, a close game, and what's kept Seminole in this game is them challenging almost everything the Lady Savage has been doing, from dribbling down the floor to the passing lanes to everything else, just not giving them a good look except for from some very few three-pointers.
And I would be surprised if Seminole didn't come out in the press here, taking that timeout after that. I'd be surprised if they didn't come out in the press and try to get a turnover right away, trailing by 2. We saw the press by them early in the game, and they're coming out in the press, and of course Tecumseh is ready for that. 1:29 on the clock.
Try to get the trap here on the side at the.
Billy and LaFrance playing the backcourt game. There's a pass to Manziel. Manziel makes a good stop. Gets it to Crawford. They need to get it out of Crawford's hand. Give it to
Billy was wide
LaFrance.
open down in the lane right there.
They may not shoot unless they get an open shot. They're going to let some time run with a 2-point lead and try to get that. They give it to Warden. Warden and Billy especially and LaFrance are very good ball handlers. They get it to Warden. Warden gets it to Manziel. Manziel gets it to LaFrance. LaFrance. We're going to have a timeout taken by the Lady Savages. The Lady Savages is going to take a full timeout. We'll just go ahead and keep it here.
Well, every time the ball flies through the air for the Lady Savages, you can just see the Lady Chieftains just chomping at the bit to get out there in that passing lane. And they have continued to challenge everything, but Lady Savages doing a good job keeping the ball away from them.
Well, they have, and that's not easy to do.
No.
You know, especially when you got a team dogging you like that. It's just not easy to do. And they're not going to let you do it for the entire time. They're going to put some pressure on you. And you've got 3 very good ball handlers out there. Very good. But what Seminole wants to do is get it out of those 3 hands, especially Billy and Warden. And looks like Taylor Manziel will key it in. And Warden is closest, and Billy is down low. Of course, LaFrance is out top to help, and in the corner is going to be Bailey Crawford. Lady Chieftains hurrying to get out there as we start the final 45 seconds of play with 9:37.
Oh,
I'm not sure about that. She should have thrown that to LaFrance. LaFrance was wide open in the backcourt.
Safe passes behind the timeline over there.
They do it this time. Coach Gentry, of course, was saying that Billy has it.
Oh, man.
And they were going to throw it away. It was tipped by the Chieftains.
Well, they are challenging everything and making everything
and
tough.
they've got to.
There's a tie-up. Well, we're going to
have a foul called on the Lady Chieftains, number 14. That is Reese Street. Foul called on the Lady Chieftains, number 14, Reese Street.
Well, the Lady Savages just doing a good job just to keep that ball keep that possession and not give it away that time. Lady Chieftains were just challenging everything.
LaFrance has a 1-on-1. First one is good.
There's a big free throw right there by LaFrance.
It is a big free throw because she means she gets the second one, too. If she hits this one, it's a 2-possession game. Second one is up, and it is good.
Teased us a little bit with that one, but it went in.
That's a shooter's touch. That's what we call that. That's a shooter's touch. 4-point lead. Now Seminole has to score because they're 2-point possessions down. Lady Savages have to try not to foul. There's a three-pointer on the way. No good. Lady Savages fighting for it, and it's going to be off of the Lady Savage. 10 seconds left. Looked at when it went off her leg, and we're going to have a timeout taken by Seminole, I believe. Timeout taken by Seminole. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 10:26 to go. 41-37. Lady Savages lead by 4. Timeout on the floor taken by Seminole. It's a full timeout. And I believe that's the last timeout for Seminole, if I'm not mistaken. 4-point lead for the Lady Savages. Lady Chieftains will have the ball underneath their bucket, trailing by 4 with just over 10 seconds left in the ball game. And, of course, Coach Eldon Gentry II is out on the floor telling his Lady Savages, do not foul. Do not foul, especially on a three-point shot.
Absolutely.
Put up a three-pointer and it goes in and you got a foul, you could tie it right away. So you got to let those go. You got to let those three-pointers go. And, you know, you get down to 5 seconds or less, 6-7 seconds, let them shoot. You take the ball out, time's going to run out if Seminole has no more timeouts.
Yeah, definite 2-possession game here, so that affords them a lot of different options, and one of those being do not foul. Do not stop the clock and do not put them at the line.
That's
that would be the worst
exactly right. Keying in the ball for Seminole underneath the bucket is Holly Ladd. 10.26 seconds left in the ball game. Ladd gets it in, throws it in the paint. Don't foul. Bailey Crawford with the rebound. Lady Chieftains are not going to be able to foul, so the Lady Savages are going to get the win, 41-37. Wow.
Boy, a struggle to the end, but they managed to pull it out and hold on. And what a great way to battle to the end of that for the Lady Savages.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I got to tell you, I thought it'd be exciting, but that even surprised me a little bit. I'm not kidding you. But we'll have about a 10-minute break by when, a little bit longer than that. They'll put 10 minutes on the clock when the boys come out to warm up. And then we'll have a little break. So we're going to take a break with them because I don't mind telling you, I lost my breath a little bit a couple of times that last little run. Lady Savages beat the Lady Chieftains 41-37. And so stay tuned because I expect the boys' game to be just as good as the Lady Savages. Hope it turns out the same way with the Savages on top. We're going to take a break. You're watching the Hub Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by these local sponsors. Pro Events. Audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shire Reinsurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Define Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County-Wide and Son. Thank you to each of our sponsors for coverage of Tecumseh sports.
The Hub Network, supporting your local schools and athletic programs.
Kind of nice to be down this close, actually. Oh, man. I thought that wasn't going to work very well earlier, but it started working better towards once the game started, right out before the game started. So stressful.
I got lucky tonight. I found me a knife out in the parking lot, laying on the ground.
Really?
Laying down there.
Would you? Can you see my glasses down there? I dropped them earlier. I don't know. I mean, they're real high dollar pair of glasses anyway.
Whose hat is that?
I don't know whose hat that is. Thank you.
Yeah, you need those.
Yeah, on occasion.
Well, I'd say more than occasionally. All right, so I'm going to give those footballs to Coach.
I would. I just would. I mean,
I'm going to take them home, and I'm going to make sure they're
yeah,
aired up.
yeah. They're not. I don't know when they're going to do their football banquet.
They
But
usually do it in February. I'll talk to him. His wife's here tonight. I haven't seen him.
I saw him. I saw Coach earlier. I didn't talk to him much. You what? You can smell Coach? I'll tell him. But then he said he can smell you. You're good.
Welcome back to Tecumseh for game 2 of the night, the Savages and the Chieftains. If you weren't here for the first one, Lady Savages held on in an exciting 41-37 win over the Lady Chieftains. That went back and forth the second half, and the Lady Savages got enough and then held on for the win. But this is going to be a good one, too. You know, it's always exciting when the Savages and Chieftains get together for everything, but last few years, basketball has been really exciting, too. And Seminoles had the best of Tecumseh over the last few years. And so, you know, we need to get a good start here for the Savages. Need to have a good start before to have a chance to win. The Savages are 4-10 on the year, and Seminole is 7-5 on the year. And we're going to take it to the PA now for the introductions of the teams.
Well, that last game by the Lady Savages survived a third quarter that just put the lid on the bucket. Really, for both teams, only about 6 points scored in the third quarter total. That was by both teams. And so Lady Savages only scored 1 point. We're at the free throw line one time, hit one shot. And not much more out of the Lady Chieftains, and then the Lady Chieftains just could not hold on, and the Lady Savages came back out in that fourth quarter and kind of turned up the intensity and kind of got back on track, and passing got a lot better, and they started hitting some shots. So good play there at the end of that fourth quarter for the Lady Savages to pull that win out, to move on and hold on to that win. And hopefully the Savages can do that tonight against the Chieftains here as well, against Seminole. Let's listen to the starting lineups here. Starting lineup for the Tecumseh Savages this evening, and this ought to be a good game, as Danny's mentioned. Two rivalry-type teams just 15 miles away here. Seminole is from Tecumseh, and these two teams go at it in football and basketball and every other sport. So ought to be a good game again tonight for these two teams.
It should be a really good game, Joe, and these get exciting too, and these can be a little rough and tumble, more like football sometimes, as we get ready for the tip. And the tip is controlled by the Chieftains. As we begin, Chieftains, of course, in that solid green too. We talked about that with the Lady Chieftains. Seminoles in that solid green also. Three-pointer on the way. It's off and over the backboard, and we'll go over to the Savages. 4-10 are the Savages, and they've had at least 5 or 6 games that they've lost on one possession. They've won a couple like that, but it's just been a kind of a tough luck year. Seminole starting out with a trap early. Davion Mays has to get rid of it, or he's going to get the 5 count, and he does. It's a turnover, as Mays just forgot about the 5 count, so it's turnover quickly, and Mays turns it over, and Seminole gets it as they trap him up top, and he couldn't get rid of the ball. There's a long three-pointer on the way. No good. Looked like Seminole was over the back as Trice was trying to get the rebound. Now there's a battle for it on the floor, and now we're going to have a travel as Peyton Clutter rolled over with the ball, and he is called for a travel. 0-0. We have played almost a minute, and this one started out just a little bit sloppy. Savages have a freshman on the floor, Brady Overstreet, to start. A lot of young players, and Davion Mays with the steal. Then he's trapped in the corner, and now he's going to be called for a double dribble. Ball go over to Seminoles. The Savages are fairly young. They have Davion Mays was a junior. Jace Edwards is also a freshman, and Edwards is also the coach's son. Clutter is a senior, and Jake Trice is a junior. So only one senior on the floor. And there's a turnover by the Chieftains. Edwards gets it to Overstreet. Overstreet puts it up and in.
Nice fast break down the court. Got it to the right person. Easy layup.
Assist by Edwards. That's the classic 2-on-1 fast break, and they ran it just right. There's another shot on the way. Number 12, he's put up a couple already. That's Jackson Smith. There's a long three-pointer on the way. Heal the rim, no good. And it seems to me like the MO, and now we're going to have a foul over the back on Seminoles, number 22, Adam O'Daniel.
Now, I'm not going to pick on the left-hander out there, but number 12 is a left-hander, and he's got an interesting shot. Follow through. It kind of looks like a line drive brick headed to the basket. You know?
He's not only got an interesting shot, but he puts it up from about pink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jake Trice is a left-hander for the Savages, but he doesn't throw up a lot of those half quarters. Savages are missing Jose Lugo, who's usually a starter for them. Not sure if he's on the bench. Not sure if he's missing. There's a hook shot by Clutter, no good. Rebound by Seminole. Savages lead 2-0 on the two fast break points. Seems like Seminole's MO is just to throw it up and see if it goes in. That was a long lob pass. There's another three-pointer on the way. It's the backboard, no good. And a rebound up and in by Adam O'Daniel.
I think I could have done that from over here. I could have hit the backboard that close.
Well, we might have to see if that's true after this ball game. See if you can hit the backboard. I don't think I have the arm strength anymore to do that. But you're not quite
I'm one
at
row
my
up.
advanced stage. Davion Mays puts up shots, no good, goes out of bounds, goes over to Seminole. We're tied 2-2 here early. And Seminole has been willing to just really jack it up from outside, have had no success with that so far. Actually scored a bucket on a putback. There's a
what you call this pass. Discriminate shooting. I mean, it was more just
right.
Whatever.
And some of them for deep, long distance. There's a pass inside, and bucket for O'Daniel, his second one of the night.
That one made a little more sense. At least there was a 2-footer inside the lane.
Right. Maybe they just throw up those long shots outside to throw off the other team and then work it inside. Jace Edwards puts up a three. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound by Seminole.
Well, that's what I'd be telling Coach if I was a Seminole player anyway.
Yeah. And there's a travel called on Seminole. Ball was tipped, and he couldn't get rid of it, so it goes over to the Savages. A lot of action here, but not a lot of scoring. Davion Mays had to fix his shoe. 4:26, we're almost halfway through the first quarter, and it's definitely not a high-scoring game. Seminoles playing man-to-man against the Savages. Three-pointer on the way by Edwards, and it's off the heel of the rim, no good. Rebound by Seminole quickly the other way. And almost a block, but they get it in. Number 21, Bryce Marshall.
Now Seminole protected the bucket going up just with his arm and laid it on in, reverse layup. Oh.
And there's another steal by Seminole. Free throws up and in. We might get a timeout here pretty soon. Seminole now leads 8-2 after Tecumseh took a 2-0 lead early. They've scored 8 points. Overstreet goes in, puts it up, no good. And now we're going to have a foul called on the Savages, and I believe it's going to be on Overstreet.
A little frustration foul there by Overstreet that time. Thought that little runner was going to drop. It did. He reached back in, tried to get the ball back.
Easton Wirtz into the ball game for Seminole. Ball almost thrown out of bounds, but quickly the other way
Goodness.
is Seminole. Rebound by Edwards. Edwards and the Savages seem to be a little bit out of sync. There's a letter outside to Edwards, and it's good for three.
Well, Clutter couldn't handle that. He recognized to kick it out for the three-pointer, but he had a wide open two there.
Was that? I'm not sure if I got the right call on that. I think that was Edwards with the three-pointer to pull the Savages within 8-5. A lot of action. Scoring, picking up. But now Savages can hit a couple from outside. They haven't got Trice involved yet too much, and Trice is sort of their Mr. Inside, and he hasn't gotten involved too much. They're trying to get it into him. There's a pass almost broken up by Seminole. There's a pass out to Mays. Mays steps in, puts up a shot, no good, over everything. Rebound by Seminole. Seminole leads 8-5, 2:28 to go in the first quarter. So now we're going to have a foul called on Jace Edwards, and he kind of stumbled into him.
Again, not a very well organized offensive set that time by Seminole.
I haven't seen much organization on either end so far.
Well, the movement has been.
There's another long range shot, no good. All Savages surrounding the board, and Trice drives in, tries to get it off to Clutter, and he's going to be called for the charge. Trice calls for the charge after the pass.
I guess one thing you can say about those 30-foot jump shots is that they're always open.
Well, they definitely are always open, and maybe that's their belief is there's no bad shot if it's an open shot. There's another 2-point bucket for the Seminole. Seminole is just beating the Savages down the floor. There's Overstreet driving, running jumper, no good. The ball fought for. Trice gets it to Clutter. Clutter has it blocked. And Seminoles the other way. Savages do get back quickly this time. Ball knocked loose by Trice. Back to Seminole. And almost a charge. If Overstreet would have stood up instead of turning his head, he might have had a charge there. As number 33, Conley, puts it up and in for Seminole. Seminole up 12-5. After a very ragged start, it looked like that they weren't going to do much, and Mays drives in. He's going to be fouled by number 12, Jackson Smith.
Now, Mays doing the right thing there, attacking the basket, going hard to the basket, and making Seminole cheat over and trying to make him change his shot, committing the foul. And so at least he gets to the charity stripe here and see if he can drain a couple of these.
Mays puts up the first one. It's off the heel of the rim, no good. That's one thing that the Savages need to get some free throws. They need to get in and draw some fouls. Jose Lugo checks in for the Savages. Into the ball game for Tecumseh, number 12, Jose Lugo. Lugo is usually a starter, and I see that face mask on him as Mays hits the second one. It's good. But I don't know what happened to Lugo. Evidently he's got could be a broken nose. We have a timeout called by Seminole. It looked like there was a steal. Well, the timeout is taken away now. Seminole, it was an inadvertent whistle by the officials, but I think he was thinking because Seminole called a timeout, but the ball was not in possession.
They reverse that.
But Seminole is going to get the timeout taken by Seminole. Timeout on the floor taken by Seminole.
Well, that's a
30-second timeout. But what's up in the air for me right now is who gets possession of the ball, because Seminole threw in the pass, and it should have been Tecumseh's ball, but if they're giving him the timeout before the change of possession, Seminole will retain the ball. And I haven't been made clear who's getting the ball out of this timeout.
It would have to be Seminole, would it not? If they're going to award the timeout, they can't call a timeout if they don't have possession. So
I think the same thing, but that definitely was they gave him a timeout when he didn't deserve one because the ball was definitely not in possession of Seminole. So that was it was an inadvertent whistle, but they have to stand with it. The Seminole keeps the ball leading 12-6. There's a ball inside Seminole, and it goes off of Seminole, tipped off Seminole, and it will go over to Tecumseh. The Seminole Savage, but goes over to the Savages.
It was a good argument, but not going to fly.
We're under a minute now, 47 seconds as the Savages trail 12-6. Lugo now in the ball game with that mask. Overstreet. Of course, they're doubling Overstreet when he gets the ball because he can light it up from outside too. Ball off of Clutter's hands, I believe. No, they're going to call it off of Seminole, I believe. So it will be Savage's ball. 22 seconds to go. In the first quarter, Overstreet will inbound the ball. Taking his time, now gets it to Mays. Mays have it in the corner. 20 seconds now on the clock. Mays puts it up. Looks like he was fouled on that shot, but no call. Rebound by Seminole. Seminole's number 14, Wirtz. 7 seconds, now 6 seconds. Seminole puts up a three-pointer on the way. It's no good. Rebounded by Lugo, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter as a three-pointer on the way. Hits the back of the rim. Not sure if it would have counted or not, but it may have. But we are at the end of the first quarter. Seminole leads 12-6. It was a weird first quarter, and it started rather erratic, and then Seminole kind of took over as they got several fast break points. And Tecumseh has started out very cold on the night, and they trail 12-6.
Well, it's a similar start to this first quarter as that third quarter from the other game. Just not a lot going down the hole. I mean, just a lot of shots going up, a little play out of control. Everything's kind of being challenged by Seminole, too. I've noticed that down here on defense again. Similar strategies there.
Well, and they haven't gotten Jake Trice. The Savages haven't gotten Jake Trice involved too much on the offensive end, and that's probably by design of Seminole to keep the ball out of his hands because he is a big threat down low, and he is basically the Savages' inside threat down low because he can handle the ball. He can catch it and put it up. And we'll see if he gets involved more in the second quarter as the Savages trail 12-6 and have the ball to start the quarter. As we begin second quarter play, it's Savage ball. Savages have the ball down in the quarter. Overstreet, he puts it up three. It's off, no good, and rebounded by Seminole.
3 Chieftains under the basket.
And we're going to have a foul called on Davion Mays on the reach in. Seminole will inbound underneath their bucket, leading 12-6. There's a pass out to the wing. Savages are recovering quickly. There's a long three-pointer on the way, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Trice. That was put up by Bryce Marshall. That was in and out. There's a running reverse layup by Lugo, and it's no good. Rebound by Seminole. Three-pointer on the way.
Man,
that misses everything, man.
I don't know.
Everything. There's a tipped ball by the Savages. Seminole retrieves it. There's another three-pointer on the way, and it's off the heel of the rim, no good. There's a two-pointer up, and a putback good by Fixico.
I just don't know how you make a decision to shoot that 28-foot jump shot out there like that.
I guess what it is, and there's a running layup on a fast break by Maupin. I guess that's what they're depending on. They don't care if they shoot those long-range jumpers if they think they can get the rebound. Plus, their defense is creating a lot of points. So I guess if your defense is creating all those offensive sets. And now we're going to have a foul called on Seminole, number 24. That's Wyatt Dice. Foul called on Seminoles, number 24, Dice. What was it? 25? Was it 25?
25, wow. 25, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the foul was called on 25. We'll fix that later. Everybody else knows what it is. (16-6). Savages down by 10. They just can't get much to go. There's another three-pointer on the way.
Don't understand that, but okay.
But it's working for them so far. Trice gets the rebound, gives it outside to Mays. Mays brings it back out top. 6 minutes to go. Gets it inside to Clutter. Clutter turns, puts up a hook shot, and it's good for 2.
Clutter's been trying to find that again since he tried the first one early on and got that one to drop.
So Clutter gets it to an 8-point deficit, 16-8. Seminole continues to attack. 2-pointer up and good by Fixico. Savages up now, 18-8, back to a 10-point lead over the Savages. Lugo goes in, gets it out to Trice. Trice dribbles, puts it up, and it's good.
Yeah, that's what you need Trice to do is to get a little separation there and get a little open short jumper and get some points on the board so you can get going.
Yeah, you want those mid-range jumpers, and you want those to go. And Trice, that left-handed shot, it usually does from about that distance. You are completely right about there's a three-pointer on the way, and it is good by number 21, Marshall. Marshall for 3. So every once in a while they'll get one of those to go, and that keeps them going. 21-10 now. There's a pass to Trice. Now to Overstreet. Overstreet, three-pointer on the way, and it is good.
Nice stroke there by Overstreet on that shot. Catch and shoot. Drained it. And they needed that one.
Yeah, definitely needed that one. They definitely needed that one. Cut the deficit to 8. There's a pass inside and another easy 2-footer for Seminole. 23-13, back to a 10-point lead now for the Chieftains. 23-13. Savages have to get more consistent on offense. Mays drives in. He's going to be fouled, and that foul is going to be on number 5, Seth Maupin.
Well, the Savages are going to have to come up with an answer down here on defense to shut that lane down there low for those 2-foot shots, layups. Can't let that keep going on throughout the game. That's going to kill you. And they're going to have to tighten up on defense down there low.
Zarek Harjo into the ballgame for the Savages. Peyton Clutter goes up for the layup. No good, but he's going to be fouled as the foul is called on number 25, Fixico. Foul called on Fixico at the line to 4. First free throw is no good, off the side of the rim. Checking back into the ballgame for Seminole, number 33, Conley. Checking back into the ballgame for Seminole, number 33, Conley. Clutter will get another one. Need to get going from the free throw line because I think there's going to be a lot of fouls. That's off the heel of the rim, no good. It's fought for, but Seminole comes down with it. 4-minute mark, 4:03.
There you go.
And there's a steal by Lugo. Lugo goes, puts it up, left-hander in. It's good.
Nice steal there by Lugo. Nice heads-up play on that press.
The Savages have gone to the press, trying to make something happen. There's going to be a foul called on Lugo as number 22, O'Daniel, goes to the free throw line. Foul called on the Savages. Jose Lugo at the line to shoot for Seminole. Number 22, O'Daniel. O'Daniel at the line. Off the heel of the rim, no good. The Savages down by 8, 23-15 here in the second quarter. 3:48 to go in the second. A lot of action, but a lot of sloppy action. Second free throw is up, no good. Trice gets the rebound, gets it out to Lugo. Lugo quickly the other way. Lugo's going to drive in, kicks it out to Overstreet. Overstreet, three-point. Excuse me, that's Harjo. Harjo for 3.
Get another shot they needed. The Savages needed that. Tightens it up a little bit. There's a steal.
Steal by Trice. Trice gets it to Overstreet. Overstreet gets it into Trice. Trice turn around and
Nice.
off the backboard. It's good.
Nice left-handed turnaround jumper right there.
23-20. The Savages have cut it to 3-point lead after trailing by 10. There's a ball tapped up in the air. Seminole out in the perimeter looking for inside. We're going to have a travel called on Seminole. 3:04 to go. It's quickly changed as when Jose Lugo got in there, he pushes the ball up floor. Zarek Harjo can shoot, and so it's changed a lot. Savages trail by 3, 23-20, 3:02 to go. And now with possession ball, can tie or get within 2. There's a ball tipped. Plater has it, puts it up, and no good, but we're going to have a foul called. Foul called on number 22. That's Adam O'Daniel, and Cutter will go to the line.
Now the defense for the Savages stepped up there. They started that press down there a few possessions ago, and that's made for some easy buckets and some turnovers, and they gotten Tecumseh back in the game here.
Savages really need to hit their free throws. Down by 3, they really need to improve at the free throw line and hit some free throws to get back in this game. That free throw rolls in. 23-21, lead down to 2 now.
Oh, that was a walk right there. Yeah.
And we do have a travel called on Seminole. And I got to tell you, Joe, I'm not sure that was a walk. That looked like his free foot was, skipped a couple of times. But
well, I don't
we'll
know.
take it.
I look like that foot dragged to me a little way.
Well, I don't think his pivot foot did, but, we'll take it.
Okay.
We'll take it. So the Savages get the ball, 2:48 to go, down by 2. But that gets called a lot, even if it is not, even if it is. Harjo puts it up, no good, and Clutter gets the rebound, puts it up, and he's going to be fouled, and he'll go to the line. That foul is on Moppin.
We'll say it this way. It sure looks like a walk anyway, even if that's your pivot foot and you drag it just a little bit. You're probably going to get called for that a lot.
It definitely looks like a travel. Whether it is or not, it definitely looks like. There's a free throw up and in. Clutter has a chance to tie the game after being down by 10 in this quarter with the second free throw. 2:38 to go in the quarter. Second free throw is up, and it's in and goes in. That one popped way up and went back in. We're tied 23-23. Now the ball goes out of bounds off of Seminole. I believe that was Overstreet that caused that turnover, so the Savages have a chance to take the lead after leading very early 2-0. Harjo with it up top. Gives it off to Mays. Mays to Edwards, who came into the game. Three-pointer on the way. It's good.
That one just looked like a good stroke, catch and shoot shot over there by Mays. Or Edwards, I'm sorry, and drained it.
Edwards puts a three-pointer up, and the Savages have the lead for the first time since it was 2-0. 26-23 at the 2-minute mark. There's a long three-pointer on the way by Seminole. No good. Davion Mays goes up for the rebound. Brings it back quickly. He's going to travel, gets it out to Overstreet from the corner. It's no good. 26-23. The Savages lead by 3. A lot of up and down. We kind of figured it'd be this way, and it's becoming more of a game that we thought it would be. Higher scoring now, 26-23, as the Savages had trouble scoring in the first quarter. They only had 6 points. There's another long three-pointer. No good. Those long three-pointers. There's a shot, no good. Those long three-pointers will also create long rebounds, and the Chiefs kind of depend on those. That foul's called on Peyton Clutter.
And you know why those 30-foot jump shots create long rebounds? Because they rarely go in. That's why. So, I still don't know if I'd be shooting them or not, but whatever.
Well, it was working for him for a while. May not continue. There's a free throw in, 26-24 by Moppin. Checking back in the ballgame for the Savages, Jose Lugo. And into the ball game for Seminole, number 14, Wirtz. Second free throw for Seminole by Moppin. It's up, and it is no good. Rebound by Lugo. Lugo scrambles for it. He tries to get it away, gets it to Edwards. Edwards quickly across the floor. He goes in, and he's going to be stopped. And I think we're going to have a jump ball called on that, and it will go over to Seminole. Jump ball called and Seminole will get it. 1:14 to go. Savages, that gave Savages time to press.
Oh.
And we're going to have a foul called. If he hadn't reached, if Mays hadn't have reached,
Boy.
he wouldn't have been called for that foul.
That
But
was
he
a-
reached. That would not been a called if he hadn't reached.
Well, I might have been an offensive foul if he wouldn't have reached, because that was a big forearm he took right to the chest.
I think you're right, Joe. I think that definitely would have been an offensive foul if he just hadn't reached. Because I do believe that contact would have been forced by the offense. There's no good. Ball tipped around. Now Overstreet brings it down. Overstreet to his Trice. Trice puts it up.
Oh.
No good. He didn't quite seem like he had grip on that ball before he put that up. He was trying to put it up before he got defended and didn't quite work. 26-24, 2-point lead. And there's a ball batted out of bounds by Lugo. And I don't know if everybody sees it the same way I do. It seems like this game changed when Lugo and Harjo came in for the Savages. They're usually two starters, and I'm not sure why they were setting, but that's when the game changed, when those two starters came in.
Well, obviously, it made a difference because the momentum and the energy changed on the floor.
That was quite a layup by Conley. And we're tied up, 26-26, 23 seconds and counting in the second quarter. See if the Savages hold it for one last ball, but the Chieftains are forcing it, and they're not going to let them hold it. Edwards has it back to Lugo. Lugo from the corner, up three-pointer, and it's good.
Boy, when he let go of that ball, it just looked good all the way from the corner. That was a good shot.
There's a half-court shot to end the first half. Savages go to halftime kind of miraculously leading 29-26. After they led 2-0 in the first quarter, then they trailed by as many as 10 in the second quarter. Now go to halftime leading 29-26. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll try to get you some halftime stats. This is the Hub Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by these local sponsors. Pro Events. Audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shire Reinsurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Define Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County-Wide and Sun. Thank you to each of our sponsors for coverage of Tecumseh sports.
The Hub Network, supporting your local schools and athletic programs.
See, I deal in specifics, okay? I deal in specifics. Okay?
Welcome back to Tecumseh. We're at halftime. The Savages come back from a 10-point deficit in the second quarter to lead 29-26 at halftime. It's a good one. Of course, we had a good one to open the night, 41-37. The Lady Savages took the lead back in the fourth quarter and held on for the win over the Lady Chieftains. Here's some scores, some scoring for the Seminole. Number 5, Seth Mothman, has 3 points. Number 21, Bryce Marshall, leading scorer for Seminoles with 7 points. Joe Fixico and Miguel Connolly each have 6, and Adam O'Daniel has 4 points. And for the Savages, of course, these are always unofficial at halftime, but the Savages have several players that got in the book. Jace Edwards and Peyton Clutter each have 6 to lead the way. Jose Lugo came in the second quarter. He has 5. Also, Brady Overstreet with 5, Jake Trice with 4, Zarek Harjo with 3, and Davion Mays has 1 on a free throw. And that leads us to a 29-26 halftime lead for the Savages. Make sure you stay around for the second half because it likely to get a little hairy and exciting. The Savages tide turned for them when Jose Lugo and Zarek Harjo came into the game, and you could just tell a big difference in their offense, especially when they came into the game. But we have a good one for you, and we're going to take another break. When we come back, we will have second half action. This is the Hub Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by these local sponsors. Pro Events, audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shirey Insurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Define Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County-Wide and Son. Thank you to each of our sponsors for coverage of Tecumseh sports.
The Hub Network, supporting your local schools and athletic programs.
Welcome back. We're coming out of halftime, 29-26. Savages lead, and it was kind of miraculous that they came back with the lead after trailing by 10 in the second quarter. But as we talked about earlier, the game changed when Jose Lugo and Zarek Harjo came in, and they accounted for 8 points in the second quarter. But they also, the offense seemed to smooth out and run a little bit more oiled. As you hear Boots, Scoot, and Boogie going down, the Savages will have the ball to start the second half. Savages have the ball and the lead, 29-26. Brady Overstreet, three-pointer on the way. He's knocked down after the shot. No call. He misses everything, and rebound by Seminole. The official wasn't even looking at the shooter, and he did go down. It wasn't a hard foul or anything, but it definitely was touched. There's a three-pointer on the way at Seminole. It's no good. Rebound by Overstreet. Overstreet brings it into the paint. Jump stop. Gets it to Trice, and he can't handle it. It goes out of bounds. Goes over to Seminole. Just starting the second half. We're in the third quarter. Seminole trails 29-26 to the home-standing Savages. Savages playing a zone defense now. Pressuring the top. There's a drive. That was too easy inside to number 21, Marshall.
Boy, didn't even get touched going down the lane that time. That was too easy. Can't let those happen.
Way too easy. 29-28. Seminole climbs to within one. Savages starting off a little bit slow. They're trying the ball. The Chieftains are sticking in a. There was a nice drive by Brady Overstreet for two.
Nice little reverse. Flipped it with his right hand.
Seminole going inside. Almost should have been a foul called as the rebound by Clutter. He looked like he was fouled out in the corner to Mays. Now Clutter with it. Gets it back out to Mays. Mays drives in. Gets it to Clutter. Clutter puts it up. And we're going to be called for a charge as Mays on the pass gives it off and picks up the charge. Foul call on number 5, Davion Mays. Checking in the ballgame for the Savages, number 12, Jose Lugo. Jose Lugo re-entering the game wearing that plastic mask. And I still didn't get the story yet about what that is. That's usually a nose problem or something like that. But I haven't heard. It hasn't slowed him down any since he's gone into the ballgame for sure. We're under the 6-minute mark. Savages still lead by 3. There's a shot up. No good. Nice defense by Clutter. Jose Lugo brings it down. He drives in. Jump stop. Now kicks it out to Overstreet. Three-pointer on the way, and it's good.
Overstreet finding his mark there just a little bit. Wide open out there on the wing.
Overstreet has scored all the points for the Savages to start the second half. And now we're going to have a foul called on the Savages and I believe they're calling that on the shot. That's going to be called on Jace Edwards. Foul called on Savages, Jace Edwards at the line to shoot. For Seminole, number 12, Jackson Smith. First free throw is on its way for Smith. It rolls around and out. He'll get the second one. Savages have extended the lead quietly to 6 points now, 34-28. Lead down, off the heel of the rim, and Jose Lugo gets the rebound with a 6-point lead for the Savages. Savages definitely smoothed it out. Put a little oil in it on half, and just as I say that, it's a bad pass taken by Seminole. Not able to be handled. There's a three-pointer on the way, and it's no good. Jace Edwards with the rebound. And
I'm surprised he didn't get called for a walk there. But
he taps it forward. Overstreet puts up a three. No good, and it's coming over to us. I believe that was coming right for Denny sitting next to me, but it was tapped out of the way. But Denny's got those cat-like reflexes, and he would have caught that with one hand. I'm pretty sure.
I'd call that dead cat. He didn't move an ounce. He didn't move an inch.
He knew it wouldn't have to. He knew he wouldn't have to. You underestimate Denny, Joe.
Oh, well, there you go.
Jose Lugo gets it to Trice. Trice gets it inside. The referee is in my way. Trice gets it back, gets it to Clutter, and he puts it up and in.
Nice putback by Clutter right there. Paying attention on the rebound.
That was a nice assist by Trice. 36-28, 8-point lead. And there's a three-pointer for Seminole by number 12, Jackson Smith. Cuts the lead to 5, 36-35. 4:28 to go in the third quarter. Jose Lugo looked like he was going to shoot. Now gives it out to Overstreet. Down to Clutter. Clutter turns, puts up the hook shot off the backboard. It misses the rim. Quickly the other way is Seminole. Seminole driving to the bucket and losing it out of bound is number 33, Conley, checking back in the ball game for Seminole. Number 14, Wirtz. So Wirtz back into the ball game. Savages with the ball and a 5-point lead. We're at the halfway mark of the third quarter. Edwards driving in, loses the ball, turns it over to Seminole. Seminole quickly the other way, layup up and in for number 21, Marshall.
Again, not really challenged going to the bucket there. They didn't even make him change his shot, really. They just kind of got out of his way.
Well, it was kind of one-on-one, and he was going. Edwards just kind of backed off of him and let him go. Down to a 3-point lead now for the Savages. Jose Lugo drives, puts it up and in. There was a little resistance there too.
No, he let him into that screen and just went on the backside of the screen straight down to the bucket. Nice shot.
38-33. Savage's offense has definitely smoothed out since the first quarter. First quarter, they scored only 6 points, and they were having trouble scoring. There's a long three-pointer on the way. No good. It was close. Rebounded by Seminole. Nice pass underneath. Seminole back out top. Drive in. Shot up. No good. Rebound Seminole. Out top. And we're going to have a travel as number 5, Maupin. Little indecision there whether he's going to shoot it or pass it, and that caused the travel. Checking back into the ball game for the Savages, number 20, Zarek Harjo.
I'm not really sure why he hesitated that time. They haven't hesitated for anything longer than 25 feet all night. I don't know why he hesitated on that shot.
Maybe he thought he was too close.
Maybe so.
Maybe that's what it was.
Maybe so.
Thought it was too close. Savages with a 5-point lead on offense. Overstreet moves in, and that's going to be a foul as he puts the ball up and it falls off the side of the rim. That's going to be a foul. Thought maybe we were going to get a travel there, but that's going to be on the Chieftains. Number 5, Maupin.
Well, I just almost went in the bucket. Boy, I just had a little momentum.
Savages ball inbounding from the underneath their bucket. Lugo with it. 3-pointer on the way, and it is good.
Boy, it looked like Lugo was a little out of position, but he just squared up and shot that right on the money.
Back up to an 8-point lead now for the Savages. 41-33 on that 3-pointer. There's another long 3-pointer by Seminole, and then Conley answers with the 3-pointer of his own. Lead back down to 5 for the Savages, 41-36. Lugo with the ball. Gets it to Clutter. Long 3-pointer from Overstreet. It's no good. We're going to have a foul on the 3-point shot, I believe. And Overstreet will go to the line to shoot 3.
Overstreet proving the fact we can take some shots from out there too, and then he's going to go to the line for three shots.
So he'll get to shoot 3. First one is up, and it is good.
Gonna make him pay for that foul just a little bit.
42-36. He can get all 3 of these. That'll put him back up to an 8-point lead. Second one's on his way, and it is good. Seminole puts in a couple of players. Number 24, Wyatt Dice, and number 25, Joe Fixico. Fixico had 6 points in the first half. I believe those are both 3-pointers as Brady Overstreet gets ready to shoot the third of the 3 on the 3-pointer that he was shot. And we're going to have a lane violation by the Savages as Jose Lugo leaned over and couldn't hold himself in. 43-36, 7-point lead for the Savages. Savages putting on a little press. Seminole has no problem breaking it. There's another long 3-pointer on the way by Conley, no good. Clutter with the rebound, and a nice layup by Brady Overstreet for 2.
Stretched all the way out. Overstreet did and just took it right to the bucket. Nice touch.
45-36, a 9-point lead, biggest lead of the night for the Savages. And we're going to have a travel called in the paint on Seminole. And Tecumseh will have the ball with a 9-point lead, their biggest of the night. 135, and the Savages push it down, get it to Trice. Trice
nice.
puts it up and in on the lob.
Wow, nice hands there to get it to redirect that ball and get it up in the hoop. Nice touch.
We have a timeout taken on the floor. It's a full timeout.
Yeah, we just keep it loose. That you don't see hands like that very much. But Trice, nice job handling that ball and just laying it right in there off the board.
That was perfect. He tried that earlier in the game without going down. Before he went back up, he was up in the air, and he just didn't quite handle the ball the last time. That was a much more difficult play there. That reverse layup.
Good body control going up in there for that. So.
That gives the Savages a 11-point lead, 47-36 now, as we're late in the third quarter, and the timeout was taken by. Back to action. 1:26 to go in the third quarter. Almost a reach-in by Clutter.
Little give and go.
No, he got too far into the bucket. Hogan Lugo brings it back, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Seminole. Had Zarek Harjo wide open over here on the left corner, wide open for a three-pointer, and he went the other way with it. Overstreet will inbound for the Savages. A lot of checking, a lot of picking, and Savages inbound to Lugo, and Lugo can't handle it. It goes to Seminole. Seminole gets the ball. Savages with the press. 1:11 to go. Almost thrown away by Seminole. Quickly the other way, and that one is almost thrown away too. A lot of harem-scarum here. The shot on the way by Seminole, no good. Seminole ends up with the rebound, puts it up and in by Conley.
A folly of errors, just getting that ball down the court and getting in the bucket that time.
47-38 now, the Savages lead. We're under a minute. A lot of action here. There's a lot of bodies crashing. Clutter puts it up. It's going to be short, no good. Rebound by Seminole. Seminole quickly the other way, behind the back, goes up, puts up a layup, and it is good, and he's going to be fouled for the and one. That's going to be Overstreet on the foul.
Well, that whistle was awfully early. I thought it would maybe have been on the floor before he got that shot off. Pretty slow around the back dribble there, and then he got fouled before he went up, but they're going to call it on the shot.
Free throws on its way, and it is no good. We had a lane violation. It was no good anyway, but we had a lane violation on Seminole, so the ball goes over to Tecumseh, and now Seminole will set up in a press. Down by 7. Savages had an 11-point lead, and it's down to 7, 47-40. Savages working against the press. Now he's trying to clear out. Gets it to Zarek Harjo. Harjo out to Trice. Three-pointer on the way from the corner. It's no good, but Harjo gets the rebound. Gets it back. Tries to get it back into Trice, and Trice wasn't ready for it. And that was into traffic anyway. That ball's tipped off. That ball was blocked by Trice, and then it was blocked by Seminole. And Seminole's going to go to the line to shoot two. That foul's going to be called on Peyton Clutter. I couldn't keep up with that action.
Can you say street ball? It looks like a street golf ball game going on out there. I mean, call your own foul almost, I think. But the ball's just all over the place.
Marshall gets to go to the line for two. He hits the first one. It's down to a 6-point lead now for the Savages. They led by 11 at 1 point. We got 1 second left, 1.5 seconds left in the third quarter. Marshall with his second one on his way, and it's no good. Last second shot's no good. That's the end of the third quarter play. Savages lead 47-41 as we head to the fourth quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with fourth quarter action. End of the third quarter play. Savages 47, Seminole 41.
This broadcast is brought to you by these local sponsors. Pro Events. Audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shirey Insurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Define Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County-Wide and Son. Thank you to each of our.
Back to action. Seminole has the ball to start the fourth quarter, trailing 47-41 to the Savages. Boy, it's been hectic, especially that last couple of minutes of the third quarter. It's hard to keep up. The good thing for me is I have to realize that you're watching on the screen and you can see it faster than I can say it. There's a turnover by the Chieftains. The ball will go over to the Savages as Davion Mays checks back in for the Savages.
Well, I wasn't sure if we were playing hot potato there in the third quarter a little bit. Some of those possessions were just back and forth, back and forth. So.
Boy, it was, and all within about a few seconds. There's a long three-pointer by Overstreet. No good, and it goes out of bounds. Overstreet put that one up from about the midline of the volleyball court.
You know what I've noticed about those 30-foot jump shots are all pretty consistently this bad.
Yeah. I think that's I think those are what you call low percentage shots, and they have proved to be low percentage shots. There's a pass down low. Seminole got it out, and that was stopped nicely by the Savages. Savages playing a zone defense, like a 2-3 zone, but they're matching up outside with the shooter. Long three-pointer on the way, and that one's good. They didn't get out there in time that time as Marshall puts it in for three.
I guess they can warm up on that, but got to challenge that a little bit. I guess they're going to keep shooting it.
47-44, lead down to three for the Savages. Davion Mays back in there, gives it to Overstreet, back out to Overstreet. He's going to put up another long one, and it is good for three.
Uncontested all the way. Nice shot. He set up on that shot and just drained it.
You know, that freshman there has ice water in his veins. He doesn't care if he missed the last one by about 10 feet. He's going to put that next one up, too, and he's got the confidence that it's gone in. There's a three-pointer by Seminole up, and that one misses, too. Quickly the other way is Davion Mays. Mays gives it to Overstreet. I thought Overstreet was surely going to shoot that one. Harjo will from the left wing, no good. Rebound by Seminole. Savages up by 6. This has turned into a shooting exhibition. And I didn't say making exhibition, but a shooting exhibition. Now we're going to have a foul. A charge called on Seminole. That foul is going to be called on number 21, I believe. Let's see what that is. It is 21. This official always puts his fingers backwards, but it's on Bryce Marshall, number 21.
Was that Harjo that took that charge? I can't recall, but
I couldn't see who it was. The official was in my way, but this official must have dyslexia in his hands because he's always got them reversed. We've learned that how to see his calls now because they're always the same. He is consistent with it, and that's what we always want in sports. You want consistency. 50-44, 6-point lead for the Savages. Mays drives in. He's going to be fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. That foul is going to be called on number 21 again. That's Marshall again on the foul. Called on Marshall at the line, 2.
Well, these are pretty important shots. Even though you're up a little bit, you need to
First
extend
free
the lead.
throw. Oh, sorry.
That's right.
Sorry, I stepped all over you there.
Well, it's not like you've got a couple of things going on.
Well, I know, but I should pay attention more. First free throw is up and good. I don't. You shut me up a while ago, and so I guess I had to step on you to
well,
get
that's
you
all
back.
right. Okay. Turnabout's fair
Second
play.
free throw is up, and it's good. 52-44, back to an 8-point lead. The Savages back to the press now. 5:29 to go in the fourth quarter. We've had really exciting games tonight. Lady Savages came out on top in the first game, 41-37, and quite a game. Trice blocks it, and then Seminole gets the rebound, and it's going to be a foul on Trice. Foul on Jake Trice at the line to shoot for Seminole, number 22, O'Daniel. Adam O'Daniel will go to the line to shoot two. And that's one thing you don't want with a lead, especially a small lead. You don't want to give them points with the clock stopped. But the good thing for Seminole is they are not very good at the free throw line.
They have not been hitting a high percentage, that's for sure.
The second one goes in, makes it 52-45, and there's a steal by Seminole and a bucket up and in.
And a foul.
And another foul on the Savages after the steal.
That's what you don't want right there.
Bucket is good.
Those easy, quick buckets down there on your end of the court. And then letting them shoot with the clock stopped. And then doing that. And that's going to tighten the game up.
52-48. Lead back down to 4. And Seminole now with the press. And they throw it out of bounds. And they throw it out of bounds on the press. That time the press worked for Seminole, 52-48. Savages giving the ball away twice now, 2 turnovers in a row without getting it past half court. If Seminole can take advantage of this, they can get it to within a point. If they hit a 3, can get it within 2 with a 2-point bucket. Savage defense in that zone. Going to have to come check. There's a drive in low, and it's good. Number 22, Adam O'Daniel for 2.
Well, you've got to contest that stuff coming in the lane like that a little bit more.
Savage is going to have to try to beat this press. They're up by 2 now. Edwards almost travels with it, gets it in the to the corner to Clutter. Now the Savages reset out top. Looked like there was a little bit of a ride there, and I think they are going to call that. That foul's on number 25, Joe Fixico. Foul on Fixico for Seminole. And he did look like he was riding him a little bit on that drive. Next foul by Seminole will put the Savages in a bonus. They'll inbound in front of their bench. Mays with it, gets it to Overstreet. Overstreet drives, puts up a running jumper, 2-pointer, no good. Rebound by Seminole. Trap at top. Seminole gets it across midcourt. 4 minutes to go. 3-pointer on the way. It's no good. Rebound being fought for. Corralled by Overstreet. And he's going to be, we're going to have a foul called on Seminole, number 14, as they were pushing him out of bounds. And that should be a bonus. That should be a 1-and-1, I believe. For Overstreet, that foul is called on number 14, Wirtz.
Yeah, that should have been seventh foul, was it not?
Foul called on Wirtz. Savage's ball.
If you're going to discuss that now.
Actually, no, it just switched to 6. So both teams have 6 team fouls, and the next one will be a bonus for either team, either foul. So the Savages will inbound it. 3:56 to go in the fourth quarter. Overstreet brings it in, gets it back to Overstreet from Clutter, gets it to Lugo. Lugo gets across the timeline. He's going to be trapped. Now he gets it down to Trice. Trice gives it to Mays, and we're going to have a foul called against Seminole, and that's going to be on number 25, Fixico.
That'll be a 1-and-1 shot, and Trice is not the guy you want to put at the line on those for Seminole, so that's opportunity here for the Savages.
Trice at the line. You're exactly right, because he's pretty smooth up there at the lines. First free throw is off the front of the rim, no good. But the shortest guy on the floor, Brady Overstreet, goes up and taps it to himself and gets it, and the Savages are going to get a timeout with a 2-point lead, 3:41 to go. Savages will take a full timeout.
Well, a fortunate rebound there for the Savages to get the ball back, keep possession on that 1-and-1 shot. Get a timeout and get a chance to draw something up here to put a couple points on the board and extend this lead to a 2-possession game, hopefully, for the Savages.
The timeout has been changed from a full to a 30-second timeout. Savages lead 52-50. That was, you're right, that was a big possession to keep, and that was a big rebound. Overstreet went up high and tipped that ball out and ran it down himself. He was trapped, but the coach got a timeout called to maintain possession of the ball. See what the Savages come up with. They'll inbound in front of their bench now, 52-50. It's been a while since the Savages have scored. Davion Mays with the ball. Gets it over to Jose Lugo. Lugo gets it into Trice. Trice puts it up and in, and he's fouled.
Boy, Trice got position down there on the block that time and just took advantage of it. When the ball came in, he put that left foot back and just stepped towards the bucket and got the foul going up in the easy shot. Nice job there by Trice to know right where he was on the floor.
Free throw is up, and it rolls in.
That's a big possession there for the Savages.
That was a huge possession. And Lugo comes and gets a steal as Seminole was a little bit sloppy, and then Savages was a little bit sloppy. And we're going to have a foul called on the Savages. Well, that's going to be on Jake Trice.
I thought that was more his momentum carried him out there a little bit, but
well, I think you kind of had to call that one. I'll be honest with you.
Well, maybe. But overall, a good possession there for the Savages, extending that lead another 3 points.
That was a big possession, but, man, if they could have held on to that steal, that would have been even bigger. Mm-hmm. First free throw is up, and it's good. Seminole back to within 4 with the free throw. We talked about their bad free throw shooting, and now they're starting to hit some of those free throws down the line, and that second one is up and in. 3-point lead now for the Savages. Strong pressure, full court press. Overstreet gets it across. It's going to be tapped out of bounds by Seminole. That was number 21, Marshall, getting his hand on it. It does get it across half court. And it's tipped again by Marshall. Mays with it. 3 minutes and 13 seconds left, a 3-point lead. Lugo drives in, and he's going to be called for it's going to be called against Seminole. Thought we were going to get a charge call under there. I think that the official underneath was going to call it a charge. And this time it goes against Marshall.
Well, the official out front saw the reach, I think, and that's probably what changed that call. Could have gone either way.
Lugo at the line, puts up a shot. First one is good, so he'll get the bonus, 56-52. It's important to hit that front end of that 1-and-1 so you get that second free throw up to a 4-point lead now, 2-possession game. And as time runs down, it's very important to keep it more than a 1-possession game. He gets the second one.
Another big free throw there for Lugo.
57-52. And another steal by Lugo. Lugo puts it behind his back to Davion Mays, and they pull it out. Savages pull it out, 2:53 to go.
Yeah, good decision there by the Savages to get control of it.
Yeah, Lugo behind the back. I'm not sure I want him to do that at this time of the game. Lugo's going to hold it. Now he's going to be pressed. Lugo's going to drive in, and he's going to lose it. I just don't understand why they're doing that.
No real need to do that.
5-point lead. You need to take some time off the clock. I don't mind them trying to score, but you can't try to force it like that where the ball is going to be easily jostled by the other team.
Yeah, need to work it around, take what the defense gives you there a little bit.
There's going to be a foul called on Davion Mays. And so Seminole will go to the line to try to score with the clock stopped.
You don't want to spend your time down here on defense when you can get these cheap fouls and put Seminole on the line with the clock stopped. If you keep the ball, a good offense is a great defense in this case because you control the ball and you are not fouling.
We're going to have a timeout taken by the Savages. It's going to be a full timeout, but we'll keep it here. Timeout on the floor taken by the Savages. It's a full timeout.
And Savages maintaining just enough to keep the spread here a little bit and make Seminole work pretty hard at this.
Savages lead by 5 with Seminole going to line to shoot the 1-and-1. 5-point lead by the Savages, but you definitely don't want to put them at the line and have them score points or have a chance to score points with the clock not running. A couple of mistakes there. Now, you can't really – that's not a mistake. It's just a hustle foul. He's trying to play defense, and he got in a bad position. Didn't get in front of him, and so it was foul. Mays kind of held up his hand like, what was that? But it was definitely a foul on that one. So going to the line to shoot for Seminole, number 5, Seth Maupin.
He was just agreeing with everybody else that was not a good place to commit a foul.
You're exactly right. Maupin's first free throw is no good. Rebound is fought for, and the Seminole has it, but then gets it back. Mays fights for the rebound. Now he's trapped down low, and we're going to have a timeout taken again. Timeout taken by Tecumseh to preserve that possession, leading by 5, 57-52.
Timeout on the floor.
So 30-second looks like timeout.
It's a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. Savages still lead by 5, running a little bit more clock. Now they're going to have to set up a play to get it inbounded and get the ball across. That pressure has caused them a little bit of trouble here in the fourth quarter. And Seminole is long and lanky, and it's kind of like the Seminole girls. They have that reach, and they've gotten their hand on a lot of basketballs and tipped a lot of basketballs.
Definitely similar strategies by the Seminole teams, ladies and men's, challenging every passing lane and getting after the ball no matter where it's at. And, that's been consistent all night long.
2:06 to go as Savages inbound at the defensive end of the floor. Get it into Overstreet.
You're going to have to move
Overstreet has to get it up the floor. He gets it over to Clutter. Clutter gets it across the line and gets it down to the Savages. Now they bring it out to Overstreet. Overstreet has it up top. He's going to dribble with it. 1:51 on the clock. Clutter with it. Clutter with it, takes the dribble, gets it out to Overstreet. Overstreet picks it up. Back out to Mays, back over to Overstreet. 1:40. They're going to have to press from here. Then Lugo is pressed. That should have been a foul. There's no foul there.
Boy, they're letting them play now.
They are definitely letting them play. 1:31 on the clock. Mays knocks it loose, and it goes out of bounds off of the Savages.
Interesting.
57-52. Savages still lead by 5. Have a feeling we're going to have one of those long three-pointers here in just a minute. Savages get out on it. There's a running jumper, no good. That was all Savages, all 5 Savages underneath there for the rebound. Lugo gets it to Overstreet. Overstreet,
there's a foul.
And that's definitely going to be a foul. It hooked him with his leg, and that's going to be on number 22, Adam O'Daniel.
Foul call on O'Daniel.
Definitely got him with the leg and the hip going around the corner there. And
For the Savages, number 3, Brady.
got called. So, again, these are important free throws. If you can hit them, and just puts a lot more pressure on the Chieftains here to
Savages in double bonus now, so they get 2 shots with every free throw, and that one is good.
It's good. Taking in the ballgame for Seminole, number 12, Jackson Smith.
That's very important at this time of game. They're into double bonus, so each foul will be 2 free throws. First one is good, 58-52. Second one is on its way, and it is good.
It's good.
well, that puts the Savages in a good position. Last minute.
Savages lead 59-52. We're about to the minute mark, and that is going to be called a block by Clutter. I don't know how he could have done anything much better on that, but that is going to be called on Clutter, and going to the line will be number 21, Marshall.
He might have leaned back just a little bit early, waiting on that. That's probably the only fault I could find with that one, but looked like a pretty clean charge.
First free throw is up and good, 59-53. Back cuts it to a 6-point lead for the Savages. 1:03 to go in the ball game. If he makes this one, they can set up that press, and they do make that, but Seminole's going to call a timeout. Of course, they will get to set up that press.
Timeout on the floor taken by Seminole. It's a 30-second timeout.
Well, one thing for sure, down the stretch here, as bad as they've been from the free throw line, they've hit the ones that have counted. when the Savages have given them a chance to shoot from the free throw line, they've gone in, and that's kept this game tight enough to think about it just enough.
Down the stretch, they have been really good at the line after being horrible earlier on. 59-54, 5-point lead. Savages have just over a minute to go to hold on to this one. And we've had 2 games in a row, as exciting as 2 games can have been this year, honestly. The Lady Savages won 41-37 in the first one. The Savages holding on to a 5-point lead now as Seminole comes up with the press. 1:03 to go. Clutter gets it to Lugo. Lugo gets it.
Nope.
It's off the back of off the side of the backboard. Seminole misses it. Lugo gets his. I don't know what that was, but he gets it tipped back. Seminole up, no good. Clutter gets it again, and now he's going to be fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 2 at 48 seconds to go. That was a lot of action. That foul is going to be called on number 21 for the Chieftains, Bryce Marshall.
Savages extremely fortunate that did not result in a couple points there at least.
No, Savages are very fortunate on that one. First free throw is up, and it's no good. Checking in the ball game for the Savages, number 13, Jace Edwards, into the ball game for Seminole. Number 12, Jackson Smith. Number 24, Wyatt Dice.
Now, I'll tell you what, Jackson Smith from Seminole, I've been watching him all night. He is the king of the 35-footer. I'll tell you.
Second free throw is no good, so that's a big missed opportunity for the Savages to take it to a 3-possession game. I thought that was going to be a 3-pointer. Gets it down low, and it's good. 33, Miguel Conley for 2.
Well, I still got this to 3 points, and this is what you've got to guard against, and why you got to hit those free throws down the stretch, because you find yourself in a tough position here.
Well, that's what we talked about earlier. You don't want to get under a minute and have a 1-possession game, and if Clutter could have hit both of those free throws, he would have pushed it to a 3-possession game, which is what you want in under a minute. That gives you a really good opportunity to win, but you make neither free throw. And Seminole comes down, gets a second chance, puts it up, and makes it a 3-point game. Savages have to another thing Savages have to do, they have to be successful at the free throw line because they're going to get fouled the rest of the way.
And they really can't just commit a foul indiscriminately either. They're going to have to be careful there and just play good defense and try not to put them at the line, because every time that clock stops, it's just another opportunity.
I've never seen a press quite like this. They have all 5 players in the forecourt, in the backcourt. They're playing basically a man-to-man press instead of a zone press. So the Savages is going to have to pick. And they're trapping in the corner, and that was a quick whistle. I'm not sure what happened there. I guess there was a foul called. And there was a foul called, and that's going to be number 21. That's going to be the 5th foul for Marshall if that was on him. And to the line, they fell to one of the better shooters, too, from the line in Overstreet. Foul called on number 21, Marshall, at the line to shoot for the Savages.
Now, these are a couple free throws that you definitely want to put in right here.
These are big free throws. Even just hitting one of them is a big one, but to make it a 2-possession game. First free throw is up, and it is good.
Big free throw right there. Cool under pressure.
That's a 2-possession game now. Let's extend it and make it a 5-point lead. 36 seconds to go, and it is up and good.
Those two big free throws right there. That puts a little bit more command in the side of the Savages now, and makes Seminole do a little bit more desperation work here on the rest of this last time remaining. So
Savages with a 5-point lead. They take a timeout. Coach wants to settle their defense and let them know the situation that they have a 2-possession game. They can't let them just score. They have to play tough defense, but they cannot foul and stop the clock with a 5-point lead. You can't let them get points or earn points or try to get points with the clock stopped. Savages are backing off, which surprises me a little bit. It seems like they might put a little bit of pressure on in the forecourt, in the backcourt to kind of slow down the Seminole offense, bringing down the floor. It's been an exciting game. I guarantee you, you got your money's worth on this one. Savage is going to meet them at half court. And Seminole goes quickly, and they're going to put up a long three-pointer, and it's no good. Rebound by Mays, and number 12, Jackson Smith, he put up that left-hander.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen, honestly, and this is no knock on the kid because he may hit them all the time, I haven't really seen him be close to hitting one.
Well, he was off when he started this evening at the beginning of the game, and I've never really seen him warm up yet.
At the line for the Savages is Davion Mays.
That's going to help quite a bit.
62-56, so if he gets this one, it can make it a 3-possession game. It's up, and it is good.
It's good.
So we've got a 3-possession game with under 30 seconds to go. So it means that the Seminoles going to have to start shooting threes. There's a three-pointer on the way, no good. Mays goes up high, tries to get it. Now there's a scramble for it. Everybody's on the floor, and we're going to have a jump ball, and that will be the Savages' ball. The light is pointing towards Savages from 16.54. That could have done it right there. Savages need to get it inbounds and get it across.
Got to get it out of there.
Gets it to Clutter. Clutter is going to be fouled. 9 seconds left. And I think the Savages may have successfully put this in the books. That foul is called on Seminoles number 12, Jackson Smith.
Well, a couple free throws here, and that'll put the dagger in for good, I think.
First free throw is up, and it's no good. Clutter struggled at the free throw line. 7-point lead for the Savages. I believe the clock is definitely in the favor. That one's no good. Savages just can't foul. That looked like a walk, no call, and that's going to be the ball game as the three-pointer is no good. Final score, 63-56, Tecumseh over Seminole.
Final score.
Well, Seminole holds on and pulls that out. Fourth quarter, played a pretty good fourth quarter there and pulled out the win. Both Lady Savages and the men's varsity team pull off the wins tonight against Seminole, a rival. So
a double dip, and I will tell you, when you beat Seminole and every team that showed up, the girls won, the boys won, and they were both great games. 63-56, the final score here as Tecumseh takes it. Had to hold on late and had to make a couple of free throws late. So 63-56, the Savages win. In the early game, the Lady Savages came back to win 41-37. A great night of basketball. Even if you came out on the losing end, Joe, it was just a great night of basketball. A lot of excitement.
It was, and they, again, a lot of good competition in the all four quarters. That third quarter of the girls' game, that was lit on both baskets, something we haven't seen really all year. But great games though to persist and to go through all that stuff. Both teams and played good defense down the stretch, and then pretty good offense there in the fourth quarter by both teams as well.
Two great games. You can't ask for any better than that. And that's going to do it from Tecumseh tonight. Savages have 2 games on the road after this, and then we'll be home for 3 games in a row to end the season. Next 2 are on the road, and then there's 3 games in a row to end the season at home for the Savages. Both teams got big wins tonight over Seminole. Savages go to 5-10. The Lady Savages go to 13-4 on the year. Maybe that'll bounce them back into the polls next week. But we want to say thank you to all of our sponsors, the Countywide and Son, Rouse Pharmacy, Gilbert Insurance, Echo Sales, Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical, Brian Shirey Insurance, Farmers Insurance, Define Boutique and Design, Todd Colburn Insurance, Pottawatomie County Farm Bureau, Oklahoma Farm Bureau, Natalie Arnett, State Farm Insurance, and Shawnee and Tecumseh Cleaners. Thanks to all of our sponsors for bringing these to you. You get to watch these live feeds for free. It doesn't cost you a dime, as it does some other places, but these are absolutely free. and brought to you by your sponsors. So go by and tell our sponsors thank you for bringing these ball games to you. For Joe, who's been pushing all the buttons, and you get to hear some a little bit of color action from color commentary from Joe now that it's basketball, and also thanks to Cousin Randy for running the camera for us. Thanks to everybody. And that's going to do it from Tecumseh. We'll see you next time on the Hub Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by these local sponsors. Pro Events, audio video sales installation and design. ACO Sales and Service. Ralph's Pharmacy. Gilbert Insurance. Tecumseh Cleaners. Brian Shire Insurance. Tecumseh Oxygen and Medical Supply. Define Boutique and Design. Natalie Arnett Insurance. So Odd IoT. Todd Colburn Insurance. And the County-Wide and Son. Thank you to each of our sponsors for coverage of Tecumseh sports.
The Hub Network, supporting your local schools and athletic programs.